hour. Really, really tough to find. 67 Tuesday, partly sunny. Let's warm it up a couple of degrees. 85 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, partly sunny. Upper 80s for the most part and a little more humid, but nothing extreme. Also, the full moon coming up this Friday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
80 degrees right now in St. Peter's, 80 in Florissant, and 80 downtown at the Arch. And now they just have closed 2 right lanes, eastbound 70 at Bermuda. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
Checking your retirement account every day is like weighing yourself after every salad. It usually just causes stress. Let's build a plan that you can feel confident about. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg, Saturdays at 7 a.m., and let us help you retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody. Beautiful weekend. Did you guys have a good one?
Yes.
You'd have to be really sick or really having troubles to have a crappy weekend on a weekend like that. I mean, it was just gorgeous.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the weather impacted it. I didn't leave the house very much.
Yeah.
That's why it was so nice.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played golf yesterday, thanks to Brian Main out at Whitmore for setting me up. And played with Nick and Nick's future father-in-law, Greg, and Michael Kelly. And Michael Kelly's a beast.
Did he take everyone's money?
He could have. Well, he couldn't have taken mine because I was already,
You're like, nope.
I was
not
already
gonna-
warned about how good he was.
Yeah.
And he's such a overly nice 10-foot loopy giant. And he's so good. And we kept saying, like, oh, my God, you're so good. And he's like, oh, no big deal. Played a lot of fourth part. And just like, I'd rather him go there. Oh, I took lessons my whole life.
Was this your first time playing with him?
It was.
Wow,
yes.
that's a little surprising.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And the last. So
Not going to do that again.
it was no fun at all.
Like, man, you're too good.
No, it was a great day, though. Perfect. Just gorgeous.
Nice.
Came home.
Do you have yourself a couple of beverages when you're on the golf course?
I'm sort of 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
50 beers,
I
50
didn't
wines.
yesterday because no one else was partaking, and we started at 10 in the morning. And I'm
So
like,
it was serious.
oh no,
I'm
no.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
No,
kidding.
No, my God, no. But I don't mind having a couple beers. Yeah. But I rolled out my whole golf should be 12 holes, not 18, and no one disagreed because we were on the 13th hole. And I'm like,
You know,
we
all
would
y'all
be done right now.
You do realize
Golf
that-
should be over already.
But you all realize you guys can stop anytime you want.
Oh, I know. But there's the politics.
Well, if everybody with you agrees, then
No, it's never like that. There's
Oh, I
always
see.
Yes, there's always someone who has to stay 18.
oh yeah, that would be me.
Yeah.
Even though I don't golf, but like I gotta finish.
Oh,
It's the whole point.
you never have to finish. No.
It's the whole point.
No, in fact, Nick sent me a thing from the Onion. He sent it to, we have a text chain for our family. Duh, everyone does. And he sent an article from the Onion saying, Dad suggests beating traffic by leaving game after first inning. That is not too far off.
That is a dad move for sure.
That is not too far off. Phoebe, her favorite story to tell is how when I took her to Shrek when she was little, I left at the intermission, and she didn't figure it out for years. She just wondered
that
why
she missed the second half.
it had a different ending.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Chris and Amy were talking today. I actually texted them about it. Ranji went out and had some seafood pasta on Thursday night with scallops and forgot about it in his fridge and was planning on eating it as we speak now for lunch on Monday, and whether or not that was safe or not. And I told him, you're probably safe physically, but if you eat scallops 4 days later, you're a psychopath, and you're probably going to kill a lot of nurses.
I guess I don't know enough about scallops to truly weigh in on this.
It just seems, just buy new scallops. Like, even if it's not going to make you sick, isn't that kind of gross?
So this was Thursday?
Yeah.
So they've been in there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now till then.
I think it's fine.
It's right on that edge because usually it's like 2 or 3 days.
See, I didn't realize how, I guess I'm the extreme one. I am about leftover stuff. And then Amy pointed out, like, didn't you get food poisoning from eating a pork sausage pizza that you left out overnight? And I'm like, yes, because I'm not, I don't usually do these kind of things.
Well,
What does
I mean,
that
you can't
mean?
leave anything out overnight. I mean, you're going to get sick from that. The question to me would be, how long was this, like, not refrigerated? Right? Like, what was the time period between you stopped eating at the restaurant and it got home and got into the fridge? Or was it a DoorDash type thing? Because if it was a DoorDash type thing and it went in the fridge right away, well, then I probably would eat it today.
Yeah. See, to me, it's just icky.
Yeah.
It's not even about, like,
Although
salmonella.
The fact that it's scallops concerns me because, like, I don't know them that well.
Isn't it
Same.
interesting that you're probably safer eating 5-day-old scallops than you are fresh lettuce, alfalfa sprouts, or blueberries?
Blueberries if you bought them at Publix, yeah.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
I don't even like alfalfa sprouts, so that one didn't bother me too much.
No.
I could always live without those, quite frankly.
Yeah, when you see them, there's always like, do I want to put my fingers in there and pull it out? I don't know.
Yeah. It's a lot of extra chewing. I don't need lettuce on a sandwich. I'll say that, too. Don't need it.
Oh,
No.
It rarely
it's a
makes
nice
it better.
bonus, though.
I disagree.
It's just all up in your business.
Yeah.
Completely in your way.
Get that little crunch.
I was texting with Trish this weekend, and I made a statement that she called me out on. I don't remember why she brought it up, something about soft pretzels, and I said, I bet I've had less than a dozen soft pretzels in my entire life. And she's like, that's impossible.
How?
I because they're not at my house. And like, I've had Gus's a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having one at a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Auntie M's maybe once. That's about it.
You mean Auntie Anne's?
Auntie Anne's, there you go.
Oh, man.
Auntie M was
The fact that you've only had that once is just a tragedy.
Would you like me to bring you one tomorrow?
one what?
Soft pretzel?
Where would you get it
I
from?
find just soft
he said that
pretzels.
so gently. He was like,
Yeah,
soft
you did.
pretzel?
Soft pretzel?
I don't hate. I
You
don't,
can't yell soft pretzel.
I don't,
It requires a
I
delta.
don't hate them, but they're just like nothing to me.
So it's by choice that you've only had like a couple. It's not
Yeah,
like
I mean, no one's been slapping them out of my hands.
Yeah.
And again, I don't hate them. They're just like eating nothing.
So, like, you're not on the pretzel bun bandwagon?
It's okay.
I used to eat super pretzels all the time as a child.
What's that?
It's like a frozen,
The frozen
soft
brand,
pretzel
yeah, the
brand.
black box, yellow lettering, right? Or red lettering?
And I love soft pretzels.
Yeah.
They are so good. I
Those
have
things
to
are the best,
I have to
man.
limit myself because it
Yeah.
is just kind of like carbs for carbs'
Yep.
sake.
Yeah.
That's why
It's
they're
like
so good.
Yeah, it's like a bagel. Like if I keep them in my home, like it's like automatic weight
Yeah.
gain.
You know what? The bagel is a perfect comp for the soft pretzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, I would go to Quick Trip. They have soft pretzels now.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never noticed
Yeah, they're
that.
good. Yep.
Do you have to get it from like the restaurant portion?
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
like order it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm too scared to use that.
Oh, it's good.
It is not.
No, it's good.
It's not easy to use. So I always get very nervous because like you show up. It's not like super. They do a good job with it. It's just not super organized. So like when you show up and go up to the counter, it's like, who am I supposed to tell?
You don't. You
Who do
order
I
on
tell
the
that I'm
kiosk.
getting on the thing? No. I know, but like if you order on your phone, for example, and go
Oh, I
pick it
see.
up,
I see.
then it's like, how do they know it's me? How do I know it's them? When they hand it to me and then I go walk around the store and buy some more stuff, is like the guy at the front of the counter gonna like accuse me of stealing my sandwich or whatever?
That's way too much thinking.
Yeah.
I overthink it quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's one of my overthinking places.
QT.
But I would like to drill down a little bit further though on Dave's statement that
Sure.
soft pretzels are nothing to you. Like,
Yeah.
what?
That hurts.
Yeah, it upsets me. They're nothing.
Yeah, they're
You
meaningless
mean the
in my
greatest
life.
thing in the world
You
is
don't
nothing
like,
to
you
you?
don't like the taste?
It's fine. To me, pretzels are the water of food. Like, they're just sort of tasteless.
Except for they're covered in salt, and
Or
you could dip them in
cheese or
cheese or mustard.
cinnamon or- yeah.
Butter, Dave.
Wait, let me stop you there. You all seem to be under the assumption that I don't understand what a pretzel is.
You don't.
You have to.
just
You
said
must.
they don't
You
taste
have-
like anything.
You simply must.
You quit on pretzels. That's the
I
problem.
know exactly what a soft pretzel tastes like.
Do you know what it's like with cinnamon all over it?
And here's the thing. I don't eat soft pretzels much for the same reason I rarely go in and just get a piece of bread and start eating it.
Oh, Dave.
I love bread.
That's not even a comp. It'd be like the best, like fresh Italian bread you've ever bought from the best Italian bakery you've ever gone to.
Thank you, Sandra.
You're making me drool.
Sandra agrees.
Sorry, Andrew.
I'm going to drop
it's
a little.
fine.
It's like when you go to Italy, the bread's fine. It's nothing special.
I'm going to drop an apology form to Pretzels. You can sign it, and then we can move past this.
You know who has good pretzels?
No one.
Dairy Queen.
Do they?
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, Dairy
They
Queen.
are so good. Again, I have to stop myself from ordering them every time because I'm just eating then 2 giant pretzel sticks on top of my meal and my ice cream.
No,
And
I'm
it's like,
getting-
this is just a recipe for disaster.
I'm
but
getting
they're
ice
so
cream,
good.
fried chicken, and then I'm dipping, and then pretzel sticks, and I'm dipping all of it in country gravy. And I'm like, that's going pretty well, I think, honestly.
And then a dilly bar on the side.
Okay.
15,000 calories.
I like Pretzel Boys. You can go to Pretzel Boys and get like a sausage with a pretzel wrapped around it. Does that intrigue you?
I mean, if there was one here, I would eat it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get it.
Would you peel the pretzel off and just eat the sausage by itself?
No. Again, you guys are like overreacting. It's like I went to a Baptist church and started talking about Satan.
Well, you did bring it up.
You're
but
underreacting, Dave.
you're
That's the problem.
overreacting to just the fact that they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah, that's an overreaction in and of itself.
I'm sure
they're
there-
more than just
I'm
fine.
sure there are many things that you think are just fine.
Ooh, he hit you with that. I'm not
Dang
overreacting.
it.
You're overreacting.
Dang it. You're probably right. It's just that there seems to be like universal agreement on pretzels,
They're dead.
except for like a small percentage of people.
You are the first person, and I suppose Sandra,
I don't know anyone else
that
that
has
feels this
said
way.
that you don't
Wait,
like
wait,
soft
wait.
pretzels.
I can't let this one go. Mr. Empirical Argument over here. Always go to the statistics, and all I can see from Kevin
is my eyes.
is his eyes.
'Cause that's all that fits above the
And
computer
for the
screen.
first time, I saw bull crap in his eyes. He knew he was pushing it.
I know, I'm trying.
He bent down lower, and he goes, studies show that only 4% don't like pretzels.
I was trying. I'm not very good at that. I got to tell when I'm trying to BS.
Yes, you. Now I know what it looks like. Now I know what it looks like. If he ever tries to lie to us, I'll know.
Well, it's not so much lying. It's like trying to make a specious argument on purpose. It's like, well, I'm going to give that
That was
up.
the kind of thing Kevin Wheeler would have jumped off the
Oh,
top
I know.
rope at you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell you guys about Mike at Michael's Baths. I'm not going to say you're in luck if you need a new bathroom because, it's going to cost you money and stuff. But you are in luck if you have decided that you want to do a bathroom remodel. And you're even more in luck if you've been looking at companies like Bath Fitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. Because if you've already had a bid from them, you can probably count on Mike doing a better job for 30 to 50% less dollars. That's pretty great. Mike's been in construction for 30 years. He's been limiting himself to bathrooms for the past 10 years so that he'd get really, really good at it, and he has. He understands everything about the business, every product out there, what this should cost, what that should cost. I've spoken to several listeners who have used Mike, and they all just rave about how great he is. Also, if you're a disabled veteran or if you know one, let them know that because of a VA benefit, they can get one of these bathroom remodels for no money out of their pocket. And Mike knows exactly how to make that happen. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
Imagine every time your business makes a sale. Inventory updates, an invoice is created, customer records are updated, accounting stays current. That's the power of Odoo. One fully integrated platform where every part of your business works together, automating tasks, eliminating extra steps, and saving you valuable time. Everything connects. Everything works. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Something big is coming on September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive offers, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to Game Day. Sign up with DraftKings today with code KMOX and get ready to celebrate the biggest day of the season. Whatever you're betting, DraftKings Game Day has deals dropping all day long. One app, every sport, DraftKings Game Day is yours. Mark the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers, sign up with code KMOX. Spend $5 to get $200 in bonus bets within 21 days. That's code KMOX. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 in non-withdrawable bonus bets issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
Want more cash? You can get a $450 bonus after your first 45 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's a bonus $150 for every 15 deliveries. But what if you're a bike person? Ding Ding is right. You can pedal your way to that $450 bonus on 2 wheels, or 4 wheels, or even no wheels. However you choose to deliver, you can get a $450 bonus after 45 deliveries on Uber Eats. Sign up and start delivering. Complete within 14 days of sign up. Ends 11/1. Terms apply. See app for details.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 120. Good show for you today. Lots of guests and shenanigans going on. I just can't stop smiling about Wheeler when he goes, there used to be almost unanimous agreement on pretzels.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a fair attempt at an argument. I was being deceptive. And
I like it.
Didn't go well.
I like it.
Didn't go well.
I saw an interesting post yesterday that showed the chock-full Busch Stadium for the Savannah Bananas. And it was from a guy I've seen before. He does local Cardinals coverage. He's not with any station, though. But, he's not stupid. And he said, can we still call ourselves the best fans in baseball when we have 15,000 show up for Cardinals and 40,000 show up for the Bananas? Kev, what do you think?
Those two things are not related.
More like Six Flags and...
Yeah. Yeah, the Savannah Bananas is an attraction probably for very different people than would be the normal Cardinals fan. Not to say that the normal Cardinals fan isn't at all a part of the Savannah Bananas experience, but I don't think they're exactly the same people, and I don't think it's exactly the same thing. It would be like saying, why can you sell 20,000 seats for a baseball game but 45,000 for Guns N' Roses?
Fair enough.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
The Bananas are the Harlem Globetrotters. That's what that is. And when the Harlem Globetrotters historically, probably not as much now, but back in the day when they were in their heyday, they would fill up stadiums too. But that's what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the same thing. There should be no comparison.
Yeah.
I also feel like maybe Savannah Bananas, if they were here every week,
Right.
they're not going to draw 30,000 people every time.
Yes.
That's crazy. It's a special thing, and that's why
right.
people are. If the Cardinals only played in St. Louis twice a year, I can
they would
guarantee you it would sell out very quickly.
Great point.
And again, there are lessons to be had, right? I mean, like the Savannah Bananas, basically, their whole thing is let's make all this fun. And that's some of the lesson that Major League Baseball has taken on over the last 5 years, where they're allowing players, bat flips are okay. They have celebrations when guys get hits. Like, they are allowing that to be more fun without crapping on players that do it, right? They're learning from that. But you can't be a circus sideshow when you're a serious competition. The Savannah Bananas can be the circus because it's not a serious competition. But you can't compare the two things.
Yeah, that all makes
because
sense.
In the pros, at the highest level of all sports, The competition is the entertainment. A group like the Savannah Bananas or the Harlem Globetrotters, they're not there because they're the best. They're there because they're making an entertainment product that's different. Those two things shouldn't be compared. It's just I don't understand why you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Savannah Bananas are kind of the soft pretzels of baseball.
I mean, I fully understand why people like it. I don't hate it. It's just not for me. I don't need that. I'd rather just see the best players playing baseball. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need the pitcher to do a little dance right before he throws.
Which you saw this weekend in Philadelphia.
Yeah. We saw our own different kind of circus. That was not great.
Damn.
That was a tough weekend, man. That was a tough weekend.
I was driving home from golf, listening to into the game.
Oh, man.
What the hell?
Man. Yesterday was the worst of the weekend because, 4-0 lead in the bottom of the ninth inning and you get walked off by Kyle Schwarber is not great. The day before, you just got your brains beaten in.
Just beaten in.
And the day before that was another one like this, where you got beat late because your best relievers weren't available, right? Soriano and O'Brien weren't available at all on Friday because they've been used too much over the course of the last, 5 months. And then when O'Brien is available, he just gets torched. It's just, they're in a bad spot, man. They don't have enough pitching. Now you got two guys hurt. Dobbins is on the injured list. Yeah, after coming out of his last start, you already were down one guy. That's why Quinn Matthews. You're just short. You don't have enough dudes.
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, 162 games will reveal you. And we had some Cardinals devil magic, and we may have a little more up our sleeve.
Hey,
but
look, this is a bad stretch. It doesn't mean that the rest of the season is going to be meaningless or useless. You could have a nice little week this week and be right back into that competition, that conversation, if you will, because not really the conversation about hanging in for a wild card spot. But all of the wild card stuff, guys, is bonus for 2026.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't trade Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray in the offseason because your plan was to go win as many games as possible. You're resetting so that in the next year or two, you can be a real competitor, like a World Series contender, not just a team that hopes to hang on and make a wild card. That's what they've been these last 5-6 years, and that's what made fans angry.
Yeah.
So it's okay that this was the path because they needed that old model to be changed.
Brian on the stream's bringing up David Freese and Matt Carpenter playing. Yeah. David Freese got a hit.
They got the golden at bat, right? It's like you can use them at any point.
My question for you is, David Freese, being a former big leaguer, been out of the game for years, facing a non-major league pitcher, but a good pitcher. Obviously, anyone can get a hit at any given time.
Yeah.
But do you go, yeah, he's a big leaguer? Or do you go, oh, it's pretty impressive?
To me, it's literally neither. Yeah. Because you can't know. I don't know how much David Freese has been hitting. I don't know how much he practiced for that. I don't know what level. I'm guessing the pitcher would be no more than like a low A level talent.
Is that where those guys sit?
Well, I mean, if they were better than that,
they'd be in Double A.
There's a decent chance they might be in affiliated ball. But some of them might be a little bit better than that. I mean, just maybe they're too old at this point. If you get to be 29 and nobody's going to be interested, it's a hard thing to adjust for. But yeah, I would say generally speaking, if you take a reasonably in shape guy with the track record that David Freese has,
right,
my money would be on David Freese.
Coming up next, I have a treat for you. My friend Melissa, who is the administrator of No One Dies Alone, reached out to me recently and said we have two new members of the hospice staff, and they're really cool, and they're a father and son, and they're musicians, and they have like 17 albums, and they like to play music for the people they said vigil with. And I said, bring them in. So they're going to come in, and we'll get to know them a little bit, and they'll play a song or two for us. But I think that's really, really cool and should be acknowledged. Tell you guys about Dr. Maupin and her daughter, Dr. Rachel Sullivan at Bio. You know what I'm going to say, because the ladies are kind enough to do lives with me every single day. But I know for a fact that a lot, if not most, of the people who come in for pellets from advertising, especially the guys, come in mentioning the show. So that makes me feel great. And it makes me feel great, too, that so many of you are getting help. Now, I did lives for Dr. Maupin for about 15 years before I went on the pellets myself. So I obviously believed her and believed the patients who I'd spoken to. But this will be my 8th year going in 2027 of getting the pellets. I know what it's like to get them. I know what it's like to be without them. I know, everything works. And I'm telling you, it's the real deal. Right next door, BioBalance Skin. Make your face look as good and young and non-wrinkled as you can without anything painful or permanent. BioBalanceHealth.com.
We don't just cover St. Louis. We share it. That's why the stories you hear every morning aren't just headlines. They're about your neighborhood.
Ferguson's police chief took the stand in day one of
your roads.
Westbound 270 North County just had some volume on
your Cardinals.
Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning.
Your community.
I'm Tom Ackerman.
This is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
Total Information AM. Weekdays on KMOX.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Able Light Thrift Shop. Something good is coming to St. Peter's. Able Light Thrift Shop is opening soon at 4122 Mexico Road, and they're now accepting donations. The grand opening is August 28th. Ribbon cutting is at 8:30, and doors open at 9 a.m.
Super weather continues on our Monday afternoon, partly to mostly sunny and nice, comfortable humidity levels, 83 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, just a tiny, tiny chance of a spot thunder shower late night. Don't worry about it. 67. Tuesday, partly sunny, 85. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, 69. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, partly sunny, a little more humid, a little warmer, but nothing extreme. Temperatures in the upper 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you
when
so.
it comes to your health, having knowledge is powerful, as they say. And so if you could better understand what your risk was for chronic disease before you even have that first symptom, how powerful would that be? Siteman Cancer Center's Your Disease Risk, and that's what it's called, Your Disease Risk, provides personalized insights to help you understand factors that might increase or decrease your risk for chronic disease and cancer, whether that is environmental, whether it is genetic. With easy-to-understand information and prevention guidance, Siteman will help you take those meaningful steps toward a healthier future. Just a few minutes today could make a difference for years to come. Siteman.washu.edu/YDR. Siteman.washu.edu/YDR.
St. Louis, are you ready to rock? AC/DC is bringing the Power Up Tour to the Dome at America Center Tuesday, September 8th. Hear legendary hits like Back in Black, Thunderstruck, and Highway to Hell, performed live by one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Don't wait on tickets. They're still available at Ticketmaster.com. AC/DC, the Power Up Tour, Tuesday, September 8th. For more information, go to KMOX.com/events.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. I promised you a treat. Melissa, you're enough of a treat, but
thanks.
you brought in this extra special treat, and I'm going to need you to introduce the guys because you sent me so much information, and they're so impressive. First of all, Ashton and Tristan, father and son, are here, both musicians, both obviously good people who are doing the No One Dies Alone vigils. Very nice to meet you guys.
Lovely to be here. Thank you,
Yeah,
Dave.
it's so great. Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you,
very
Tristan,
much.
as well.
Nice to meet you.
And so, yeah, you can do it. You guys can
Yeah.
introduce yourselves.
I would love to say something, Dave. So I brought two wonderful individuals here today, Ashton and Tristan Knight. They are a father-son music volunteer duo with Bethesda Hospice Care, both amazing in their own right. Together, they've been bringing care, comfort, connection, and creating beautiful moments for those at the end of life.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it's so wonderful that you guys are doing this. Had you done things like this before with sitting vigils or working with hospice patients?
Honestly, no. I think the closest I've come to it is singing for his grandma at the end of when she reached her final time on this earth. And that was really special, you know, and I think that was enough of a qualification, you know, apparently.
Tell me about it. So I've sat vigil
Yeah.
and I've played music for people.
Yeah.
And I've had that connection,
Right.
but I've never played music or sang for them. What is that? Tell me what that's like.
Well, I'll go first, and you can tell me what it's like. It's absolutely profound. I think that it's a privilege to be in this space. To me, it's a sacred space that is honestly just a profound privilege to be in. I keep using the same language for it because I haven't found other words for it without tears, you know, of sort of gratitude, really, because there are so many ways you can, I guess, involve yourself in the life experience, and this is obviously part of that. This is part of the journey, and to be, to have that is just wonderful.
It's a privilege, isn't it?
Absolute privilege.
Yeah, you're looking at this person who's probably in their 80s or 90s, and they've lived this incredibly textured life of ups and downs and victories and losses, and you get to spend two of their last few hours with them.
Yeah, and in some cases, you know, we have residents that we are fortunate to visit a little longer than that, you know, as we get to know them, but in the knowledge that any day could be their last, any hour could be their last, and to be singing, or in Tristan's case, playing piano, and hopefully providing comfort and the space and some joy, and the what I was going to say is the space to let go. You know, it's kind of surreal.
Yeah.
But to be in that moment when you're singing a song and they close their eyes and you're not entirely sure if they're going to open their eyes again, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea. And,
As Melissa said, I'm a musician as well, and I know all the local guys, good friends, and one of them, Mark Quinn, who's kind of like the main guy, a singer, has been one of my best friends forever. And back in 2002, my dad passed away, and I asked if he would play Here Comes the Sun on the acoustic at the funeral, at the gravesite. And at first he didn't want to do it, and he even said no. And the next day he called and he said, you know what, I thought about it. And he said, this, not playing buildings, is really what being a musician is about.
Absolutely.
And he did it, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been fortunate to sing in front of lots of people, you know, as I'm sure you've experienced that too. I grew up in South Africa, and my band, for some obscure reason, did relatively well. And I've got to stand up there literally in front of 30,000 people and have them sing my song with me, which is incredible. And this is just profound in a whole other way. You know, it's to take it from that singing for the people, you know, sharing this work with the people, to sharing your gift with someone to enable their transition, essentially, their comfort. I'm hogging the microphone. You should let my son say something.
I would, of course, echo everything my dad said. For me, it's a very special moment of sharing. And as you were saying earlier, Dave, you don't know the life that this person you're playing to has led, their experiences. And music is really a way that transcends that, and it really speaks to the soul, especially for me. And I think it's just a very powerful moment where we're both feeling something together, and you can just see the joy in the person's eyes. And it's really powerful to connect on a small scale because, of course, my dad has done the big shows, but as you were saying earlier, and as I've experienced as just, a pianist, and I don't have this band or anything, it's really special to just play on that one-on-one level. There's really something beautiful about it. So I'm really glad to bring that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So is St. Louis home now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you started digging into St. Louis music and begun playing out?
Yes, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
I to answer the question on it might be in the back of your mind. I met my wife here. That's how I ended up in St. Louis. It's the magnetic pull.
That's how we always get them.
No, that's fantastic. It's a wonderful system you got going. Yeah, I must applaud it. And,
we've attracted men from all over the world.
Well, she'd always jokes that she had to import a husband, so it worked out okay, I think. And we've been married now since 2009. We've been together since end of 2007, and I met her at a show, and love at first sight, and the rest is history. I went back to South Africa. I sold up everything and shut down the businesses. I was running a record label and a nightclub and a studio and all the things that these wild youths do these days. And it was a pretty instantaneous switch. I have not, to answer your first question, played too many shows in St. Louis. I have no real excuse other than international touring has legitimately kept me pretty busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I kind of enjoyed the anonymous lifestyle of just being a human being here in this beautiful city, and now that I'm old and decrepit, no, that's not true. I'm a vampire. I will never. No, I since many things, but one of them, the work at Bethesda Hospice Care has definitely enforced that desire for community, essentially, to really be part of the community. The very first time I performed or sang songs kind of one-on-one was my very first Thanksgiving, which was that was celebrated probably in, I want to say, 2010 at a coffee shop that I attended regularly in Webster Groves, where we live. And long story short, I was in semi-retirement at the time, I think, and someone brought out a guitar and said, I believe you sing, or something, And I sang to about 8 people sitting around a table, and there was just this beautiful sense of sharing in that moment. And I've always kind of wanted to revisit that and the community aspect. So it's taken a little while for the proverbial stars to align, but thanks to Bethesda Hospice Care and the kindness of Melissa for taking a chance on a weirdo with a weird accent and his very talented son. We now get to do this, and I am indeed going to start performing in St. Louis. In fact, I'm going to should I plug the show?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you definitely should.
I should plug the show. So the church I attend has been very kind to offer a new performance space that they set up. It's Webster Groves Presbyterian Church, and they have a chapel, Woods Chapel, I believe it's called. And I'll be playing there on November 21st. So this is far, far in advance. Before that, at the end of this week, I'm flying to Germany to go and play shows for people in Germany, and then I've got a private acoustic tour of Switzerland and France.
That's so weird. I do too.
Oh, I know. It's just the strangest thing.
Up and
we should. I thought I saw you last time there in Cologne.
Well, we'll have you back on before the show in November, so we can give it better promotion.
Thank you.
And if you need any help at all meeting the people who book, but you're gonna love St. Louis. Because I've been here my whole life and playing music here my whole life, and people truly appreciate it. They truly appreciate it.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And yes, I'll take all the introductions.
Yes, you're very welcome. Would you play something for us?
Yeah, I could do that. I just brought there happens to be a guitar right here. Shall I just kind of head back here? And
that would be great. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking to Ashton and Tristan Knight, father and son, and Ashton is an international star, basically, truly, NYTE, Google him. And he has been playing for people in hospice care at Bethesda through the No One Dies Alone program that Melissa runs and I've been a part of for a couple years now. And please, take it away.
Okay, I'm not sure. Should I just kind of sit like this?
Yeah, it sounds really good. You can get the guitar as close as you want. In fact...
Shall we just maybe... let's do that, yeah. There we go. This is Don't try this at home. Oh, there we go. There's some guitar, and this is the voice. Now, how's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
This is Melissa's favorite song at the moment, of mine anyway. And if you happen to be at Bethesda Hospice Care, you'll probably hear this at least once a week. The first opportunity I had to sing this was, in fact, at my dad's funeral in 2020 back in South Africa. He passed just before COVID happened. And this was a demo at the time that he really enjoyed. And he liked to be the one to hear it first, you know. So I always kind of dedicate it to him when I'm singing it. So here we go. It's called I Asked for Nothing. And we went down to the edge of the mountain where all the world surrounded by trees. I saw a man wash his soul in a fountain. I asked for nothing and you gave me nothing, so let me be. And we dream of ways to surrender. And we talk and we laugh and we hold and we bleed. But there's a house down under the mountain where we walk, by the mountain where we walk to be free. And there's a truth needs pain for comfort. We talk and rhyme just to prove we believe. Out in the shade of a none but the desert, I asked for nothing and you gave me nothing, so let me be. And we dream of ways to surrender. And we talk and we laugh and we hold and we bleed. But there's a house down under the mountain where we walk, by the mountain where we walk, where the lights never covered in leaves. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Really, really nice.
Thank you. It's just a little folk song, but you know, it's a nice, comfortable one to get the voice going.
Yeah.
And I think it has some special space for me and now for Melissa and a few of our residents.
That's
so
excellent. Where do
thank you.
people find you guys online?
Well, I have a website. My official website is ashtonknight.com, so NYTE, ashtonknight.com. I have a band called The Awakening, and that's theawakening.com, so it's pretty easy. That's an alternative rock band, more on the sort of gothic rock side of things. Imagine David Bowie with a whole lot of heavy rock guitars and synthesizers and friends. So either of those spaces. But what I just played is from my solo work, and that's from an album called Waiting for a Voice, which is my favorite record. And I brought you a copy, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
And thank you for coming in. I'm sure I'll see you guys again.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
love to work with you, and we'll get you plugged in St. Louis. A true pleasure and privilege to meet the two of you. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid
Nice. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details. And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Universal Windows Direct would love to give you a bid on your replacement windows. And honestly, that's all they've asked me to do is just to get you guys to include them with any other window company. And, getting bids isn't the most fun, so you're probably going to want to limit that. But if you do get more than one bid, get one from Universal. I've been with them now for 3 years. I've had many, 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 many people reach out and say, oh, they were great. You kind of undersell them. They always give you a great DGS deal. They always give you a lifetime guarantee and a lifetime warranty and a 20-year warranty to pass on to someone who buys your house down the road. The deal right now is buy 4 windows, get 4 windows for free. Take 48 months to pay for it. 0% interest, same as cash. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
It's 1:51. This time check brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. That was fun. It's one of my favorite things about the DGS. Is you have no friggin' idea. No idea. We were talking about soft pretzels, and you have an international singing musician star, and then Bernie Miklasz will be with us. And
they were lovely. They were really nice.
They were very nice people. Yeah, Ashton's a big deal. He's not a big deal here, but he's a big deal internationally. I Googled him, I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, his voice is great.
Oh, yeah. No, he's really
his
good.
speaking voice is too, but
And isn't it wonderful? I mean, it's not like you can't be a successful something and still be a good person.
Right.
But it's so wonderful that he has this huge international following, and he's spending most of his time lately playing for people in hospice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got to check out the band.
Me too. He left us some CDs. So
yeah,
we could check.
Yeah,
listen on the way home. Actually, I can't. My car doesn't have a CD player.
Oh, they're on iTunes.
Oh, okay.
Or iMusic, whatever.
Rach, you were overstimulated by a gas pump today?
Yeah, I went to QT, and QT was too busy.
Oh.
Well, they had a bunch of pumps out of service for whatever reason.
That sucks, yeah.
Yeah, and, that's not their fault. So I'm like, rather than waiting for one, I feel awkward, waiting in
right.
a parking
Well,
space
someone
or something.
buys a hot dog.
Right. So I was like, I'll just hit the Crown Food Mart on Jefferson up here on my way into work.
Oh.
And I go, and they have the kind of gas pumps that talk to you.
Yes.
And it was, I had since it's not my normal gas station, I had pulled up to the pump maybe a little tighter than I would have liked. So I'm like, I've gained a little weight at least recently, so I like squeeze in there. I'm like, I'm not going to get out. I'm just going to be trapped at the pump while I'm pumping. It is too much to try to squeeze out of here. And it was like yelling at me. There was always a commercial or something going on, and it was so loud, like blasting in my ear. And I'm going, do we really need this, folks? Like, I would like to take these 2 minutes that my car is filling up with gas and just like a quiet,
it's a peaceful
meditative
time.
Right. Yeah, like let me just listen to the ambulance blaring down Jefferson instead. I don't need you to like try to sell me floss or whatever's happening.
I stop at the big Amoco sign station quite a lot, and they have that.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, we don't need ads.
Anyone likes it.
We don't need songs.
I was getting gas at one of those gas stations, probably the same one that you're talking about last week, and I felt bad. There was a girl like the next row of pumps over. And she didn't know that the thing was going to start up as soon as she started pumping the gas.
Mm-hmm.
And so it came in extremely loud, and she went, ah!
Yeah, it's jarring.
Jumped and yelped, and I just tried to, not laugh. And, I was like, I'm sorry.
Well, you guys...
Sorry that happened to you, but that's very funny.
I cannot stress to you, how close I was standing to the speaker because I didn't want to be worming my way in and out of there. And I was just trapped with this bah, bah, bah in my face. And I'm going, this is too much. Who is buying anything that they're advertising on this anyway?
Seriously.
Who is it for?
And just Mr. Amoco or BP or whoever you are, we don't like it, and we don't like you when you do it because we have so little precious space in our life where we're not being marketed to.
Right.
Or yelled at.
Right.
And it used to be the 60 seconds you put gas in your car was one of those.
That's correct.
There's also the part
You're
of this
also
too,
away from your kids.
There's also the part of this too that's you're getting a double hit. I'm already giving you money and you're begging me for more.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, gas is a little more expensive today too.
Yes.
Yeah,
$3.99 a gallon.
I think it's going to get a little more expensive.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer.
Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. Let me just give you the headlines. Once you put $25 in a checking or savings account, that's it. You are a member. You're an owner. You can avail yourself of all of our services, which include the lowest vehicle loans in St. Louis. So the next time you're at a car dealership and they're like, you need to talk to Claude. He's our financing guy. Make sure you talk to Steve over at First Missouri first because you're probably going to be 2 or 3 interest points less than what the dealership's going to offer you. 4.27% interest paid to you on your checking account up to $100,000. We do signature loans. Lots of people my age and a little bit older have been opening joint accounts with their grandkids and matching what they put in. Really cool. Teach them some financial responsibility. 2 locations down on Lee May Ferry in South County, but because of the shared co-op that credit unions have, you can go pretty much anywhere and deposit a check or take money out, do what you need to do. 314-544-5050, the number 1, stmocu.org.
When it comes to your health, exceptional care matters. At St. Luke's, nationally recognized physicians, advanced technology, and compassionate care come together to provide an exceptional healthcare experience close to home. St. Luke's is nationally recognized for excellence across multiple specialties, including being named number 3 in the nation for cardiovascular care. Because when you need expert care, you shouldn't have to travel far to find it. St. Luke's, exceptional care, nationally recognized, right here at home. Learn more at stlukes-stl.com.
All right, guys, Kevin Wheeler. I'm here to tell you about Game Day Men's Health, and you can find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com, and I can't recommend them enough. I've been with them for more than a year, and everything that I wanted, I have received. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel like I did 10, 12, 15 years ago. Well, I don't have a time machine. You can't roll back time, but there are ways to get your body back to where it was, especially as you get into your 50s and things like testosterone start to wane a little bit naturally. Of course, it's going to happen. Well, we can get it back to normal where you feel like you did before, and that's what's working for me. Every day since I've started going to Game Day Men's Health, I have felt better. Every day. I felt older a year ago than I do now. It's a bizarre thing, but it's true because I took the step, and they're unbelievable. Whether it's the TRT, the testosterone replacement therapy, peptides, hair loss treatments, medical weight loss. Great options there, by the way. They have their own pharmacy, so they get great prices on that. ED treatments, you name it. Everything is individualized. Everything is overseen by board-certified medical professionals. Everything is tailored to you, and it's done in a cool, calm, relaxing environment. Don't hesitate. Take the step. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com, set up your appointment, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you, and they'll knock $50 off and give you a free vitamin B12 shot as well. So get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health. Just get started at GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Ann Wagner from Missouri's 2nd District. I work every day to put more money in your pocket, secure the border, protect our shared Missouri values, and keep our communities safe. Whether it's visiting one of my public events in neighborhoods around the district or by contacting my office, I want to hear from you. If you need help with a federal agency, please contact me at wagner.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. Homework, streaming, gaming, and smart home devices. Life is always on, and more often than not, it's online. Keep everyone connected with fast, reliable performance from i3 Broadband's 100% fiber-to-the-home network. It supports multiple devices at the same time, so your household keeps moving. Right now, get 2 gigs for 2 years at just $65 a month. Visit i3broadband.com/radio or call 866-825-8739 today. i3 Broadband, life runs better on fiber.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2:01, we have clouds and 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina. In from Michael Calhoun, our top story, the investigation into how a person was struck and killed by a car on Interstate 55 in South City this morning leads to the discovery of a second body nearby. St. Louis Police spokesman Sergeant Sean Mazzola says when searching for cameras near the overpass they believe the accident victim jumped or fell from, they discovered a homicide victim.
They came across the 3300 block of South 9th Street where they saw an open door. As the officer approached the open door, they peered inside and saw blood on the ground. As they peered a little bit further inside, they discovered that an adult male was obviously deceased inside the home.
Mazzola says they are investigating whether the two deceased people are connected. The effort to remove St. Louis County Executive Dr. Sam Page from office before the end of his term has stalled.
Attorney General Catherine Hanaway tells KMOX she is unlikely to pursue a quo warranto against Page for allegedly working as a paid anesthesiologist while in office, a violation of the county charter.
It probably doesn't make sense to file a quo this late in elected officials' term.
Hanaway was asked about the tight timeline in May when the evidence was first presented to her.
The Sheriff Montgomery case was unusual, though. The Kim Gardner case moved much more quickly, and we've had other cases around the state that have moved much more quickly, if we have the evidence.
Now she says her office lacks the overwhelming evidence necessary to remove Page quickly. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The Trump administration says they are launching a series of secondary sanctions for countries they say do business with Iran. According to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, the U.S. is widening its scope and says President Trump is spearheading conversations with different nations. Bessent would not say which countries the president was talking to, nor would he give any specifics on a timeline, but also said there might be some financial institutions who could get sanctioned soon.
I'm not going to set timelines, but we do not have infinite patience here.
From the KMOX Business Desk, the United States and Canada have fallen deeper into a trade war. Now new tariffs, are expected to raise prices for products in both countries. Each side is blaming the other for the collapse of negotiations in Washington that has led to the U.S. imposing 50% tariffs on $20 billion worth of Canadian goods, and Canada setting September 8th as the start of its retaliatory penalties. A check of the Dow from Stifel at this hour. It is up 153 points, make that 147 now to 53,443. A check of traffic. It looks like they're still working with that accident there on eastbound 70 past Bermuda. The right lane is still closed, so use some caution in that area. And from the Weather Center, Dave Murray has our forecast. It's sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
Super weather continues on our Monday afternoon, partly to mostly sunny and nice, comfortable humidity levels, 83 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, just a tiny, tiny chance of a spot thunder shower late night. Don't worry about it, 67. Tuesday, partly sunny, 85. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, 69. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, partly sunny, a little more humid, a little warmer, but nothing extreme. Temperatures in the upper 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
80 degrees in St. Peter's, 80 in Florissant, downtown at the Arches, 80 degrees. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Find the space your family deserves at the Estates at Post Farms by McKelvey Homes in O'Fallon. Spacious new homes, top-rated Wentzville schools, and easy access to shopping, dining, and major highways. All with McKelvey's legendary craftsmanship. Tour today at McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Few minutes past 2 p.m. Happy Monday to you. Weather is great. Not as great as this weekend, but it's going to be really, really nice for like the next 10 days. Barely any 90s at all. And then it's September, and everything's going to be great. Dr. Maggie Sullivan is with us in studio. She is the executive director of Gratitude House. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you,
I
too.
like your necklace. I
Thank
would
you.
wear that. I'm always, yeah, like I would absolutely wear that. So tell us about Gratitude House.
Gratitude House is an elevated sober living program for women. So women who are usually getting out of treatment for alcohol and drugs and either can't or shouldn't return to where they were living before they went to treatment come to us and go through our program, and we help them not only stay sober, but really rebuild their lives and get them all of the support that they need to build a life that they want to stay sober for.
That's wonderful. That's kind of everything,
Yeah,
right?
It's amazing.
Like that's exactly what they need at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are very different than a lot of the models that exist in that we have professional care on site 7 days a week, and we are grounded in research. And we have a curriculum for our residents, so they take classes 4 to sometimes 6 days a week, in addition to attending 12-step meetings every single day without exception, working a 12-step program actively. They must be employed 20 hours a week and do at least 10 hours of community service. So we provide a lot of structure, a lot of accountability, but we also believe that with high expectations, that has to be matched with high levels of support. So in holding them accountable to meet the requirements of doing community service, going to their meetings, meeting with their counselors, following their recovery plan, we also support them in getting pro bono counseling, pro bono legal work, scholarships to go back to school. In their first week, we help them develop a professional resume that is not created by ChatGPT. And we do interview prep, and we teach them how to network, and really whatever their dreams are, we move them forward to achieve those.
How many ladies do you have at any given time usually?
So we can hold up to 9 women in our program. We're pretty small. We would love to be able to help more people. The reality is we just have to fundraise in order to buy a bigger place to make that happen. In our first year, we had 66 applicants, and that was in 2025. And in the second year, in the first half of 2026, we had over 130 applicants already so far. And so that means we're turning dozens of women away because we're at capacity. Because we're elevated and provide really high quality professional care, we do have to fundraise just for our operating costs, but then also we do hope we can grow and expand. We would love to open a men's house, use our model to serve men, but also to serve more women as well.
Because I'm guessing you could serve many, many, many more people. The need is out there.
The need is absolutely out there. 775 people every day die of this disease. 1 in 8 whoever attempts sobriety will ever make it to 90 days. And in the first 2 years alone of our existence, 86% of those who went through our program stayed sober at least 6 months and longer. So our success is really staggering. And it's not just in the statistic that they're staying sober, but we've had women open brokerage accounts, buy houses, get promotions. They have become leaders in the recovery community. They've gone back to college and completed degrees, got custody of their children back, and they're developing high levels of self-confidence and self-esteem.
Yeah.
So it's remarkable.
My son Nick, who's 31, got sober 5 years ago.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Tell him
and
I said congratulations.
I will. And what it makes me think of is, he had a really good life. He had every advantage. He was a happy guy, and it still got him.
Yeah.
And so for the ladies like we're talking about who've not had an easy way and people have not made it easy on them, it's even so much more important that they get assistance.
Yes, and this is a brain disease. It can affect anyone of any socioeconomic level, whether you had a perfectly wonderful, glorious childhood growing up, your family is loving and supportive and met all your needs, or you come from dysfunctional homes where there might be violence. There's often addiction because this is a genetic disease. In addition, there's no amount of education level or, whether you're an athlete or you're not an athlete, wherever you live, rural, urban, suburban, it can hit anybody at any time.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to outsmart it.
You are not.
Yeah.
No.
Rach, have anything?
Well, Dr. Sullivan, can you tell us a little bit about the journey to opening this house 2 years ago? Like, how did this come about? This is so interesting.
Yes. So our board chair, who's just an amazing human being, she had a daughter who struggled with alcohol and drugs and other risk-taking behaviors. And they came from a family that was already involved in 12-step programs. They had family members who had long-term recovery themselves. So they were very supportive of her getting recovery. They, they're socioeconomically, they were very comfortable. They could afford to get therapy and they had a nice home. And yet their daughter kept going away to treatment, coming back and relapsing. And really, good treatment centers really should recommend that people take a hard look at where they're returning before they come from. And so there was a treatment center that recommended that her daughter go to a sober living. And so she and her family explored all of the options in this region and said, there's no way our daughter's going to go there. They often can be good places for some people, but they lack professional oversight. There's not necessarily high levels of accountability. There's suggestions to go to 12-step meetings in recovery. And some people are very motivated in that model to do that, and they stay sober. But her daughter had to go out to California, so she and a group of women in 12-step programs said, how do we ensure that other families have a high-quality place where people are actually staying sober and being treated well and wanting to be there so they can rebuild their lives, get these tools so that doesn't already exist. And so our mission is to reduce the rate of relapse. That is, every decision we make revolves around how do we reduce the rate of relapse, because relapse rates for anybody coming out of treatment, 60% will relapse within the first 30 days, usually in the first couple of days that they leave treatment, because treatment is just a drop in the bucket of people getting sober, and it's a controlled environment. I almost always recommend that somebody go to treatment just to physically get away from their drug of choice, begin to plant the seeds of the treatment and recovery that they've got a long road ahead of them. So this group of women, 2019, formed the LLC and began raising the money with a series of concerts and coffees. But they also really took the time to envision, what does this look like? We don't want our first residents to be guinea pigs. We don't want to just replicate, what already exists that tend to be revolving doors of kind of relapse and drama. And so, that was a good chunk of time that they were very intentional. And I say I joined the board in 22. And it just so happens that, and I didn't intend for this, but years ago, I finished my doctorate in learning psychology, and I was studying how cognitive processes shape behavior. Well, little did I know that was going to directly transfer over to educating people how to recover, looking at the cognitive processes that shape their behavior. Because in addiction, you learn how to have addict behaviors. You learn what you need to do to protect that drug of choice. And that has ripple effects in how you interact with your families, how you show up to work, how you manage your finances. And so our work is grounded in a emerging body of research that's fairly new, that recognizes that addiction is absolutely a brain disease. And what's new to some people is looking at it as a learning disorder. So we have used that research, the most contemporary research on neuroscience of addiction, psychology, and we blend that with the wisdom of the 12 steps to create a curriculum that our residents go through that's really teaching them how to, in an educational parlance, unlearn and relearn, which is exactly what it sounds like, so that they can stay sober for a longer time.
And you guys have your big fundraiser coming up in just a few weeks?
Yes, we're so excited. It's our second annual. Last year was sold out, and it was so fun. Just like our organization is unique, we wanted our fundraiser to be unique, so we've got a country western hoedown. This year it'll be at the Casa Loma Ballroom. The one and only Trudy Bush Valentine will be our keynote speaker. She's comes from an iconic family right here in St. Louis, and she is a force of nature herself. And she's got a really powerful story about the addiction in her family and the loss of her son 6 years ago this month to an overdose. And she's been a great supporter of ours because she believes in the way we emphasize education as a means to help women recover.
Excellent. How do people get involved in that?
Yes, so tickets are still on sale, and you can go to our website, gratitudehousestl.org, and buy tickets. We still even have some sponsorships available, so if you've got a business, an organization, or you yourself would like to be a sponsor, that also comes with tickets and recognition. That also can be purchased on our website. And we've got many events. If you go to the events page of our website, if for some reason you can't attend the gala, we've got a sip, shop, and sneak preview of the Gratitude House Institute for Recovery and Behavioral Science that we're launching in January of 2027. And we'll discuss that on September 9th at Hearth and Soul. Then we also have a women's retreat that we'll give in October. And then there's other events if people want to get involved. And then, of course, if you can't make any of that, we rely on the donations of individuals. So we'd love it if you can donate. We purposely do not and cannot receive money from the state and federal because, ironically, we'd actually have to lower our requirements, which would then mean we couldn't be as successful as we are. So we truly 80% of our operating budget comes from individual donations. So we appreciate that very much.
Okay, very good. Go to gratitudehousestl.org. Doc, nice to meet you. And come back anytime.
Yes, well, thank you for having me.
You.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Drink up, baby. Fantasy Football Happy Hour is here to get you wins and have some laughs. Matthew Berry here, and my podcast, Fantasy Football Happy Hour, has the sleepers, busts, and start-sit advice you need to win your league. We're diving into the tape, we're crunching the numbers to bring you sleepers, busts, weekly start-sit advice. Whether you're defending a title or desperately avoiding last place, I've got you covered every single weekday. The bar is open. It's Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry, wherever you get your podcasts.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
It's a day of the week that ends in Y, and that means baseball happens today. And if you've got a feeling on who's going to hit a home run today, don't just sit on it. FanDuel wants you to call your shot with Daily Dingers. Make your pick on who's going to homer, and if you're right, you get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at bigger winnings. Now, when your favorite slugger hits that walk-off, you're going to feel like a winner too. Daily Dingers on FanDuel is free to play, and you can lock in a pick every day of the season. That's why FanDuel is the home for home runs. So if you're ready to play your game, FanDuel.com/Missouri to play Daily Dingers, FanDuel.com/Missouri to make your free pick on who's going to hit a home run. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So any day, truly, is a good day to go see Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. And here's the thing. Interest rates are weird, right? They're especially weird right now. And so it's not just an easy yes that this is what you need to do. Stewie will be completely honest with you. There's already been a couple of people from DGS reach out, and he's like, it's not the right time for you, and here's why I think you'll be better off XYZ. But if doing a debt consolidation, refinancing, a new 30-year mortgage is something that benefits you, you can't do better than Stewie. He has the bagel loan called the bagel loan because the bagel looks like a zero. You pay zero fees. Every single mortgage outlet within the sound of my voice could do that. Not one of them does. Only Stewie. So he already has them all beat. Now he's offering you 1% less on your interest rate for the first 12 months on every new 30-year mortgage. So if you qualify for a 6, you're going to pay 5 for the first 12 months. I'm going to give you his cell phone. Don't be shy about using it. Any questions at all, Stewie's a great dude. 314-324-4440, 324-4440, NMLS 226715.
Soldiers Memorial Military Museum looks at American military history through the lens of St. Louis. From the Revolutionary War to the present day, the gallery showcases stories of local service members and delve into the city's wartime history. Outside, the Court of Honors includes monuments to those who lost their lives in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Admission is free. Find information about special exhibits at mohistory.org/memorial. That's mohistory.org/memorial.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX 223. The world's oldest living person turned 117 on Friday.
Wow.
The woman said she's still experiencing many firsts, including on her birthday, stroking a llama.
I thought you were going to say she's still experiencing menopause, and I was like, that is not fair.
Like 78 years of that.
What's your mind even?
Because you were like, mini? I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no.
It never ends.
Oh, God. Hope I'm stroking a llama when I'm 117. National Waffle Day and National Peach Pie Day.
What was the first one? The waffle?
Waffle.
Oh, I got to get a waffle today then.
Waffle.
Andrew and I had them the other day at the same time. We look kind of weird, actually.
I don't think it's weird for two grown men to eat a waffle together.
Sitting at the bar at Chris's South, each having a waffle. It's a little sus.
As long as you're not like cutting each other's waffles. And
I think it's perfectly normal.
You want to hear the new reshuffling in the potato order?
Uh-huh.
What kind of potatoes we like?
There's a tater order?
Yeah. And there's a reshuffling.
Yeah, you don't know about the potato order? This is pretty much all I think about.
4% said their favorite tater is the potato salad.
Whoa.
5% said tots. 6% said hash browns. 7% potato chips. 16% baked potato. 17% mashed potato. And 30% the fry.
Those all sound good to me.
Baked potato has fallen
a lot.
A lot. Precipitously.
That's good.
I am surprised to see tots so low.
Yeah.
So I have had this theory.
Why are the tot people slackers? Why aren't there more of us?
Because you're all stoned, probably.
I have long thought that the tot is a forgotten element of the tater.
Certainly underrated.
Yeah.
Certainly underrated.
It is very hash browny, though. Maybe the two of those should be combined.
It is
one category.
It is essentially a rolled up hash brown.
Yeah.
In many ways.
So maybe they should be the same category. And when you combine them, it's a little bit larger portion of the voting populace.
Well, now that's just an incredible market share. That might make them too powerful. That might be like
we got to talk to.
Yeah, we got to talk to like the
Maybe
trades.
someone's holding the tot down intentionally.
Yeah, we got to talk to the
FTC.
SEC. Yeah, we got to talk to the SEC about it.
See if that merger's allowed.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
Of all the evil in the world, I saw an ad for a stray rescue. And it just hit me like we've been doing this for 300,000 years as humans. I understand you can't stop everything, but seriously, in 2026, we can't all agree to be nice to dogs. Like
or just animals in general.
We can't get over that one.
No, it's unbelievable.
We still have to police people who mistreat animals and what's going on out in St. Charles County and stuff. Yeah. Like, it just really makes you kind of want to grab that towel. You're like, oh, well, why are we even trying to solve this when we can't even agree not to be mean to dogs?
I don't know. I know, but if you're abusing animals, you're just a terrible person. I don't care how you want to categorize it. There's no reason for it. You can just not have them around you, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Right, so I've decided I don't like murder television.
Like what?
Like what you were
shows?
talking about, like the coverage. Not so much like Dateline, but just like when there's a trial going on.
Oh, yeah.
And CNN's covering it.
Yeah.
And they're just breathless.
Oh, they love it.
With every, and then they said, I just don't,
Well, it's kind of none of our business.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Like, I guess we have a right to know, but these cases that we get hyper fixated on and it's everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really. We should probably focus on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the attraction to understanding it. Like, I get it because it's a mystery that most people are like, why would you do that? And people want to understand why someone would be that way. What I don't really get is how people get personally invested in the stories of people they've never met.
Yeah. Coming up at 2:30, right on the other side of this break, we have Bernie Miklasz. At 3, I have a new listener email that needs a ruling, and it's a good one.
Your drive home has a soundtrack. For Cardinals fans, it's Redbird Rush Hour.
Matt Pauley is at Busch Stadium. I'm Kevin Wheeler, and our KMOX studio is getting ready for Cards. And
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Miklasz deliver the perfect mix of Cardinals conversation, baseball insight, local news, and traffic to get you home and get you ready for the game.
A swing, and there's a
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5 on your home of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Spas and More.
Super weather continues on our Monday afternoon, partly to mostly sunny and nice, comfortable humidity levels, 83 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, just a tiny, tiny chance of a spot thunder shower late night. Don't worry about it, 67. Tuesday, partly sunny, 85. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, 69. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, partly sunny, a little more humid, a little warmer, but nothing extreme. Temperatures in the upper 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
St. Louis isn't just where we play, it's who we are. When the Cardinals take on the Pirates on Friday, August 28th, fans 21 and older can take home an exclusive City Connect quarter zip pullover presented by Budweiser. Inspired by the city we love, this new addition to the City Connect collection is the perfect way to show off your Cardinals pride. Available in medium and extra large while supplies last. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Alec Burleson. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The hottest accessory at Busch Stadium this season is yours on Saturday, August 29th when the Cardinals host the Pirates. That day, fans will take home a stylish, stadium-approved Cardinals purse, courtesy of Edward Jones. From the ballpark to brunch, this is the on-the-go purse you'll be reaching for all season long. And there's only one place to get it, at Busch Stadium on August 29th. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotion.
Let me tell you guys about my friend Dr. Corey Stolman, orthopedic surgeon, especially now that I'm so into the medical stuff, and I kid about it, but I'm not kidding. My TikTok is all like, so you're a neurosurgeon. Like, yes, I am. So I'm really into that stuff and just fascinated, especially by surgeons and especially people who are like Corey, who are just the absolute top. I know so many doctors in town, and they all know Corey. And they not only respect him, they all send their patients to him because he's so good in the operating room. He has great outcomes, and he's just a really good, easy to talk to guy. So if someone twists something or tears something or obviously breaks something, whether it's emergent or it's something that's chronic, it's been bothering you for maybe even decades, reach out to him, 636-231-5881 or Solman, SOLMAN, SolmanOrthopedics.com.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bernie Nicholas on KMOX is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Bernie Nicholas time. Hello, Bern.
Good afternoon. Good to be with you, Dave.
So, not the best Cardinal weekend I've ever seen.
No, I mean, in a way, you could see it coming because, in relatively short time, subtracted 3 guys from the starting rotation. And then the fourth guy, Kyle Leahy, is on a pitch limit. And so what that means, and you don't have much depth behind when you subtract 3 starting pitchers, 1 in a trade, 2 on the IL. You don't have any quality depth behind them. I mean, we've seen the shortcomings of Quinn Matthews, who's I think is going to be good, but he can't throw enough strikes.
Right.
And they really don't have anybody else that you look at Memphis and say, oh yeah, that's the guy. They really don't. Now, some people may try to talk themselves into one of those guys, but it's not there. So what happened is, number one, all of a sudden a really solid rotation that for the first 125 games was in the top 10 of the major leagues in rotation ERA and fielding independent ERA and quality starts and win probability added and all those good things. It was a top 10 major league rotation. And that's a fact, not an opinion. But we all knew that, there was a lot of underlying vulnerability. And so all of a sudden you take 3 of those starters out of there and then you put an innings limit on the 4th. That means you're transferring a lot more work to the bullpen. And then the last thing they need is to be transferring a lot more work to the bullpen because the bullpen is tired out and it's vulnerable and you don't know what you're going to get from most of them anymore. I mean, it's just one of those things, the snowball effect, the domino effect or whatever. But once the rotation started to crack up, the foundational cracks weren't going to be able to be patched up or fixed by the bullpen because the bullpen's a huge part of the problem.
And what's interesting, Bern, is, I've had people push back to me, and you and I are going to be able to like mine on this. Like, well, they have all these guys in the minors, big arms and high picks. Like, yeah, but they're not ready yet.
Oh my
And there's no point to rush anyone for a year that you designed to be a developmental year. I mean, if you were looking at this like we're selling out for 2026, well, then you don't trade Wilson Contreras or Sonny Gray. The fact that they took those steps in the offseason and have gone young, they're one of the youngest, if not the youngest team in baseball, tells you that this is not the year to, quote, push in or push anyone. The prospects that are coming, the Liam Doyles, Tanner Franklins, those guys, they're not there yet. They will be probably by next year, but there's no point in rushing it now.
I mean, not to be the grouchy guy, but it's just incomprehensible to me that anybody would pose that as a serious suggestion.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are still working on stuff down there that's essential to their future. Oh, so you're going to come in and throw them in the fire and say good luck. And then the people that want to see the Cardinals do that, they're going to be the first ones on X going absolutely berserk. Like ripping, oh, these are the big prospects. What a joke,
Right.
So
let me ask
guys, put on the thinking caps. Let's not be dumb, okay?
Let me ask you guys this. So trade deadline's over. We've done our stuff. Only 2 more homestands left. We're going to be somewhere up or down of 500. Maybe we get the final wild card. Maybe we don't. Other than that, what do we do between now and next spring training? What's on the agenda?
Man, that's tough to answer because we don't know when spring training will be.
Right.
On the agenda, I don't know whether Chaim Bloom is going to go outside the organization, try to reinforce some things. I think Chaim Bloom's his one big mistake this year, there were 91 free agent relievers on the market, and a lot of them were still hanging around in spring training, and a lot of them could be had at a very low price. And you didn't have to give up draft picks. Their salaries were their salaries were perfectly reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
They had to settle for less money. So Chaim Bloom signed, of those 91 relievers that were available, he signed one of them, Ryan Stanek.
Mm-hmm.
And he also made a trade for George Soriano. So my point, Dave, for going back in time a little bit, is to say, I think Chaim Bloom left the bullpen short. And I would hope that he would not make the same mistake again going into 2027, because I think they're going to roll out a lot of the starting pitchers that they have, and hopefully maybe supplement that with a veteran guy you bring in to give you more innings, and then maybe count it. Let's say it's a normal season. Then maybe by the All-Star break, you may have 1 or 2 guys ready to step in the rotation. So I do think they need to be a little more aggressive about outside help, established veterans that can do a job. And it'll disappoint the people that think, unless they're spending $200 million on payroll, they're cheap or whatever, But there's value out there that they could find, is my point.
So I guess what I'm trying to ask, not being familiar with all this stuff like rebuild and stuff, would you expect to hear that word or a similar word going into next season, or have we moved on from the rebuild season?
I think the word next year, Bernie, might be progress.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking to take a step forward. Maybe not full on, like, all right,
division's ours.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't think that. But the way Bernie lined it up is probably the next logical step in there, right? Shore up the biggest weaknesses as simply as possible. So a starter that can kind of do what Dustin May did.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of bullpen arms to just give you some coverage.
Yep.
Because I think a lot of it, Bernie, the way we look at it, you've got a lot of established players now that are going to have jobs next year. Your right fielder, your shortstop, your second baseman, you've got catcher covered. Your first base position is covered. Your DH is covered because it's really Ivan Herrera. I don't think there's a lot there. Maybe a short-term third baseman on a big deal, because I don't think you want to think about blocking any of these other guys, whether it's the biggest name like Rainiel Rodriguez, who's closer than we think. Even though he's 19, he's destroying Double-A.
Absolutely.
You've got this kid, Jesus Baez, who hit 4 home runs in a game this week, and he's over 30 home runs as an infielder at age 21 right now. So he's not far. How much do you want to? They're gonna leave some path for those players to have a spot to climb in there.
Yeah.
But there's still room for a short-term thing here or there.
Yeah, the thing about Jesus Baez is it's one of the things I keep talking about, and I don't think a lot of people have bothered to pick up on this. This kid has got crazy power.
Yeah.
Crazy power. He can play shortstop. He can play third base. He's got a rocket arm. He has also got, now I pause for effect, he's also got about a 15% strikeout rate.
Yeah.
He does not strike out.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many 21-year-olds, even in the minors, are you going to find 40 home run power with a strikeout rate that's more in line with slap hitters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've got some stuff ready, but it gets back to what we were saying. But you can't rush this. You just can't rush this.
Yeah.
Have we not learned anything from maybe the previous administration sending guys to the major leagues before they were ready? Did we not learn anything from that?
Yeah, we also learned that patchwork doesn't work.
Right, exactly. So anyway, listen, they're 500 right now. They're still having a better season than I thought they would. but eventually the vulnerabilities will come into force and be more of a factor, and you're going to be in some trouble, especially if you start to have injuries. But, I would just play as many young guys as you can. And Ollie Marmol's mission ought to be simplified now. You don't throw Riley O'Brien 39 pitches to try to do anything to win this game. You don't do that. This isn't the team for that. All you're going to do is burn guys out. So whatever young talent they think can do a job, this is the time to give them a chance if they're going to make room for them on the 40-man roster.
And I'm sorry, David, I didn't mean to interrupt, but just to follow on Bernie, in 7 days you're going to add 2 more players as well.
Right.
When
There you
rosters expand. So you'll add another arm to the bullpen, which covers what you're talking about, Bern. We'll get another bat up here, whether it's Nolan Gorman or someone else. They don't have to do those things, but they have options to add to the roster, so maybe they can carry a little bit more weight.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think all in all, it's been a good season for them. And the only problem they've really had is by playing well enough to be 3 different times this year, 9 games over 500. So we all thought they were better than they were. But they every time they went to 9 games over 500, they always receded. They always sort of fell down. Then they climbed back up the hill. Then they fell down again. And that's what they are. They're not good enough to have any real sustained success. I thought it was a minor miracle that they won 5 consecutive series, and even then, losing in Philly, they've still won 5 out of the last 6 series. And on that road trip, they won 2 of the 3 series, except the one they lost, they got swept. I mean, is that really all that surprising?
No.
They were 5-6 with a bullpen that was getting rocked just about every time it went out there.
Bern, I understand you have a new way for people to get your content.
Yeah, I've been looking for a home for my writing, and I've been wanting to go to the Substack platform, which is a subscription-based platform, and I went over there. I started it late last week, and really the first column didn't go up until Friday. Got another one up today, and I'm writing another one to put up, and it's been great. I mean, it's been absolutely great. You can go to berniemiklasz.substack.com, but I wasn't sure about what to expect right away. I thought it might take time to build a subscription-based audience. I got an email from Substack on Saturday informing me that I was number 2 on the bestsellers list, and that's all of Substack, not just sports.
Bernie,
yeah, number 2. And
congratulations, man.
I thought, well, okay, I guess this baby's doing a little better than I thought it would.
And Bern Wheeler said that it was between you going to Substack or doing an OnlyFans. So,
well, I can still do both.
That's a good point. Yeah. Don't just pick one, Bernie.
I'm not sure which I'm going to sign up for first.
Yeah, but nah, man. So listen, people can subscribe for free, and you get 1 column a week. But primarily the writing and some of the perks like chats and Q&A sessions and things like that. That's for paid subscribers, and in a way I feel bad about that. But it's like, what are you going to do? This is it's a business. Right. I mean, I'm
don't give it away, man.
No, I can't. I mean, I just can't afford to anyway. So, thank you for asking.
Yeah, we will put that up on our social media so people can just click through to it. And tell us about Saliga before you go.
Absolutely. Saliga Heating and Cooling, one of my favorites. Taking care of St. Louis families for the last 100 years. And we're one of those families for going on 20 years. And the Saliga family opened that great family business down on Gravois in 1927. They're still going stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's because they stand for the right things and they do the right things. Everyone can make promises. They can talk about, well, this and that, you turn to us for this and that. Okay, fine. But you got to back it up, and you got to back it up not just for like a few weeks or, a couple of years. You got to back it up for a long period of time. That's how you earn the trust and credibility, and that's how you earn a great reputation. And that's what the Saliga family's been doing for 100 years now. And I can vouch for the fact that they're 100% reliable, trustworthy. They're professional. They're classy when they come to your home. They explain everything. They don't rush you. They don't try to talk you into something. They explain all your options. They answer all your questions. They're calm, they're polite, they're classy, And they're going to take great care of you. They're going to take great care of you. That's the bottom line. And they got the track record to back that up. So if you want to find out more about Saliga Heating and Cooling, including their Priority Club, it's a maintenance program where you save money. We have. Just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. The phone number is there. SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
James Beard award-winning chef Kevin Nashin announces the Clydesdale, a Clark Avenue Tavern at Ballpark Village, opening August 27th. KMOX is excited for this highly anticipated American tavern, rooted in familiar favorites, elevated through refined technique and premium ingredients. Reservations for the Clydesdale are now open. Book your table and experience a fresh take on tavern dining on one of the most iconic streets in Major League Baseball. For details and reservations, visit stlballparkvillage.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game. And now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. God, did you guys see the terrible story about the family in India that fell off the cliff?
No.
So there's video of it, so be careful. If you don't want to see it, don't Google it because you might see it. But there was this young guy, 19 years old, and he was upset, something about a phone, that like his parents weren't going to pay for his plan anymore or something like that. And he's standing literally on the edge of a cliff. This is all on video. And they're standing there for like 3 hours. He and his mom and dad, the police, firefighters, trying to talk him into that. Hey, come on, buddy, get away from the cliff. You're making us nervous. And then at some point, the dad sort of tries to rush him and grab him. And the kid falls and takes the dad with him.
Oh.
And then the mom, seeing this, jumps. Yeah. Yeah. Is that crazy?
Wow.
I know. Like that happened in the universe. That's crazy. A whole family just gone.
Very sad.
Oh, man. Something else.
I don't know what the lesson is in there, but it's just terrible.
I know. On the plus
Jeez.
side, looks like we've got those rat bastards in Canada right where we want them.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About time.
Good.
You got to show them. Those nice people to the north.
I'm sorry. I guess I took my hands off the wheel for a while there. Why is this happening?
I can't tell you.
Are we just like, we forgot we were fighting with Canada? We should start
I honestly
that up
can't tell
again.
you. I don't know whether I don't know. Maybe someone gave him poutine and he didn't like. I don't
Because
know.
I remember it being a thing like earlier this year.
Yeah.
And then, some other stuff happened. So we hadn't really been focusing
no,
on that.
I mean,
one.
honestly, I think someone visited and said something nice to him, and he was like, "Oh, these guys are okay," but he's back at it. 50% tariffs on everything in Canada, and now they're going to match it, and it's just. Someone today said it's the dumbest trade war of all time, and I have to agree.
Feels incredibly unnecessary.
That's the point. It's not necessary. Why are we picking fights with our closest allies?
I don't know.
How does that make any sense? Do we really think we're just better off on our own? Oh, yeah, let's just piss off everybody that likes us. No need to worry about NATO countries or Canada. Wait.
I'm telling you, look.
Do you walk around in life that way, just pissing people off for no reason?
I'm not rooting for Iran, but this D-Day, economic D-Day, is going to fall flat on its face. I'm sure I'm wrong about this. I'm sure economic sanctions have worked, but can anyone name a time where some country was just like, I give up? We can't take these sanctions. They always seem to take the sanctions. And something tells me Iran can take more punishment than pretty much any country in the world because that's kind of all they've done.
Well, they also don't care about their people.
No.
They murder their own people. Like, they're not worried about what their people need. They're just worried about being in power.
I mean, it's so bad. The whole situation is just so bad.
Yeah. This is why no previous administration went into Iran.
Yeah.
Because this is what everybody knew would happen. It would be long and drawn out and expensive and unpopular, and you're probably not going to get what you want out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there's a time somewhere where you say, we got what we wanted. I don't know when that's ever happened.
Well, there was never a clear goal in the
Well, that's the other part. We didn't really, we didn't really say this is exactly the outcome we're trying to get.
Look, I don't know, but I know. I'm telling you what happened. He got bored. He wanted to be a wartime president because they had great ratings. He checked with all of his people, and they all said no, except Hegseth.
Right.
He went, not understanding the way war works. And the most telling part to me was that little speech he gave with the white hat, where he said to the Iranian people, now is your time to rise up. I think he had this fantasy that the American people would rise up, the Iranian people would rise up, and he would be the hero of the world. I really think that's what he was thinking.
I think there's also the whole distracting from the story that he doesn't want anybody talking about thing, too. I mean, because the timing of that was pretty conspicuous. It's not, you don't have to be a full tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist to go, yeah, people in politics tend to want to change the story when the story that's being told is one they don't like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Tell you guys about John Moriarty at E3 Wealth. John is a financial guy. John is not looking to be a part of your business. He's not looking to get a piece of your business. He's not a private equity guy. He's not looking to buy some of your business. He is a hired gun in the best use of that term. He is a specialist at the financial part of running businesses, the equity part, like, would this be a smart move? Would this not be a smart move? About being an entrepreneur. He can help you to pass a business down to members of your family. He can help you to sell a business. He's met with several DGS listeners so far, and so far every one of them have loved him and everything he had to say. One of them was a $10 million a year guy, but he was sheepish because he didn't think that was enough money. That's plenty of money. So if you're in doubt at all, just reach out to John. Couldn't be a nicer guy. Super smart, really soft-spoken, intellectual, but very aggressive when it comes to helping your business get to the next level. Just reach out to John at e3wealth.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
College football is here, and Saturdays are already packed with reasons to get excited. But this season, FanDuel is giving you even more reasons. Make this your most rewarding college football season ever with FanDuel. From the first kickoff of the day to the final whistle at night, there are more ways to get in on every matchup. You can back your favorite team. You can build a same-game parlay. You can bet team props, or you can make your picks on the biggest games of the weekend. And along the way, keep an eye on the FanDuel app for even more ways to get rewarded throughout the season. Because when every Saturday brings another slate of games, FanDuel gives you more ways to make every week count. So get ready for big games, bigger Saturdays, and your most rewarding season ever only on FanDuel. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. If you haven't signed up yet, you're going to love the experience. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thank you for listening to the Dave Glover Show. Stick around because after Maria Kina does the news, Dave has a listener email that we need a ruling on. Thanks for listening on KMOX. You can also watch our live stream on Facebook or YouTube. Just search for the Dave Glover Show, and you can watch us there and follow along and comment if you'd like.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, it is partly sunny, 83 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Kina, in for Michael Calhoun. Our top story, Illinois State Police now investigating an officer-involved shooting that includes both a Granite City police officer and Madison County Sheriff's deputy. Both Granite and Madison County deputies responded to the 2000 block of Edison for reports of an armed suspect after 10 this morning. When they arrived, investigators say the suspect did not drop his weapons as ordered. That's when the police officer and the deputy each shot the suspect. He was transported to the hospital and is listed as critical but stable condition. An early morning death on Interstate 55 by Arsenal leads police to a second body. St. Louis police believe the pedestrian struck and killed on the highway fell from the Utah overpass. While searching the cameras, they discovered a body in a nearby home in the 3300 block of South 9th Street. Spokesperson Sergeant Sean Mazzolo.
It's unclear if these two are related at this point, but that is going to be part of our investigation as it's still in the very early hours.
Mazzola says the body was found after the door, by the door, when they walked by that house and found that the door was open. Efforts to have St. Louis County Executive Dr. Sam Page removed from office appear to be dead. Attorney General Catherine Hanaway tells KMOX his office, or rather her office, lacks the evidence to prove Page violated the county charter by working a second job.
He claims that those hours have been volunteer hours and not work hours. We have not been able to get sufficient evidence to make a determination of whether what he's claiming is accurate.
Now Page responds with,
Never was a legal foothold for the Quo Warranto, and I'm glad the Attorney General has recognized that and won't be spending any time on that.
Page is not running for re-election, and his term ends at year's end. At 3:02, it is time for a check of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Senior Vice President for Investment, Scott Bedell. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Maria. Good afternoon, everyone. A struggling market to begin the week, except for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which gained 139 points, or just about 0.25% to 53,416. The Standard & Poor's 500 index fell 0.25% at 7,652, while NASDAQ slid a little bit more than 0.2%, finishing at 25,980. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index also down on the day, falling 0.2% at 1,699. A few winning St. Louis stocks to highlight today. Post Holdings gained 2.33% at $82.38. Bellring Brands up 6.5% at $10.85. On the downside, Stifel Financial slid 0.2% at $80.80. Esco Technology dropped 4% at $275.62. And finally, Belden Corporation lost 4.5%. They closed at $116.76. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
A check of traffic for southbound 270 drivers. Watch out. There's a report of an accident just south of 55. Emergency crews still responding to that. Southbound 55 past M, there is a stall. That's on the right shoulder. And our weather? From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, weather is sponsored by i3 Broadband.
Our spectacular August weather continues as we go through our Monday afternoon, partly to mostly sunny skies. Have to call it nice again. Comfortable humidity, 83 for the high. We will take that. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Going to keep the chance of a spot late night thunder shower. Really, really tough to find. 67 Tuesday, partly sunny. Let's warm it up a couple of degrees. 85 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, partly sunny. Upper 80s for the most part and a little more humid, but nothing extreme. Also, the full moon coming up this Friday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is 82 degrees in St. Peter's, 83 in Florissant, and downtown of the Arch, we have 83 degrees. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Life's always on and online. From homework to streaming and deliveries, i3 Broadband 100% fiber keeps everyone connected. Visit i3broadband.com/radio or call 1-866-825-8739 today. i3 Broadband. Life runs better on fiber. Service availability varies by address. Visit i3broadband.com for details.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday to you. The only day that's weird for us this week is Thursday. We have a day game on Thursday. Oh, there's a scant few of those left, Wheels. 2 homestands left.
I know.
2 homestands.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of email from listeners since I started doing these ruling things. I'm hesitant to even, this one is not the ruling. This one was just, I felt kind of a mean email that I got. And I'm not typically like, I got this email and they're so mean to me and make me feel better. But this one affects so many people. And sometimes when, it's like, Rach, I think you said this once, years ago, about like racist people and things like that when we're going through the George Floyd. And you're like, I like to know where they are. I by all means, post and let me know who you are. So this person emails me and says, it makes me sick how much you talk about your various mental illnesses. It only serves to give others excuses. There are 2 kinds of people in this world, strong people and weak people. Just cut out the middle part about ADHD and OCD and admit that you are weak. Someone took their time to write that.
Well, that's a really stupid person. To think that there's only 2 types of people in this world, you're a moron if you think that. Like a blithering idiot. If you think there's only 2 ways, like we don't have a full circle of personalities and flaws and strengths and everything else, that somebody could be a 10 on a 10 scale, somebody might be a 4. There isn't just a 1 and a 10, you moron.
You moron.
I'm sorry, but that stuff pisses me off. Like, I've got it figured out. It's so simple. No, you're just an idiot, and you think simple things are the answers when it's complicated, because complicated scares you.
Ready for the ruling?
That's my ruling.
This one involves numbers. Okay. So a man, I don't know his age, reached out to me and said that his girlfriend of a few months is mad at him. And he didn't tell me about their socioeconomic, anything like that, but they went to a local fine eatery, a steakhouse, with 3 other couples. So 4 couples, 8 people. Okay. And the bill came and it was $1,500. $500 of that was for alcohol.
Ooh.
So this guy says, I didn't drink. My girlfriend had a couple glasses of wine and a steak, but I didn't drink, and I only had a cheeseburger, because I knew it was going to be expensive. So the $1,500 bill came, and they said, let's just split it, 4 ways, which would come to $375, $250 if it was just the food. And he said, I objected to that because I didn't drink and I had a cheeseburger. So I left $150 cash. And now my girlfriend is mad at me because I embarrassed her.
Ooh, what a mess.
Yeah, I think the guy's in the right, but I think you just have to say that at the table. Say, guys, I didn't drink. I'm not paying for all your booze. I'll share if you want to share the food. But even then, like, I don't know, man. There's another part to this too. Like, if you're going to a place that you know is expensive, maybe think about this conversation in advance. Hey,
Yeah.
separate checks for all of us, please.
Yeah.
I mean, because every restaurant can do that very easily. Just say, hey, 2 of us on a separate bill, please. Not very difficult to do. Just speak up. Because I don't think it's wrong. I've been in that spot. I don't drink. I don't like it when we go out and everybody's getting beers and wine and everybody wants to just split that. I just say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not drinking. I will split the food, but I'm not doing that.
Did you send this email?
No, but I would just, because I just say it. I'm not going to just like leave money and walk out. I'm going to say it.
I have never been to dinner in a group where they wanted to just split it evenly. It's never happened to me.
Really? Wonder if it's because that was a pretty common thing for a lot of years.
Why would you split it evenly? You're not all eating the same. I mean, it's one thing if we go and like
Right.
everyone's getting small plates and everyone's
Right.
sharing a bottle of wine, but like, why would you expect for other people to be
Yeah.
paying for your food?
No, it's a great point. Typically, that happens when everybody's playing on the same field.
Yeah.
So when that would happen with us, that happened a lot like in our 20s where we'd all go out to a sports bar. We're all getting the same kinds of things. You're getting appetizers, burgers, sandwiches. It's not going to be there's not going to be a big range for the food there.
Yeah, but how hard is it to just say to the server as you're ordering, like, yeah, and we're going to be together and they're
Yeah.
going to, like, just let them know in advance.
Back then, more complicated than it is now. Now it's not complicated at all. They can split it by the person anytime. It's just because the computers do it that way.
Yeah.
Back then, it would be a little bit trickier because they'd have to start separate orders and it wouldn't be all together, but it would still be doable, just more complicated.
Well, back to like this, this woman feels that her boyfriend embarrassed her. I see where she's coming from too, though, because it's like, wait, so you waited until the end of the meal. This was obviously something you were worried about because you did intentionally order something cheaper, saying you knew it was going to be like a pricey place. And now you're like, you're not even paying the $250 it would have been without the alcohol. You're paying less than that now. That's a little, that is like, I'm not saying he's wrong. He's morally wrong, but I am saying he's being a little embarrassing and like, it doesn't feel like he's playing completely fair.
He should have been more upfront.
Yeah. Like so many problems in society are like, but I'm upset. It's like, well, I didn't know you were upset. You've just been sitting on it, and now like you're yelling at me, and there's a huge problem.
I would say that the 6 other people should also have some awareness. Oh, he only had a cheeseburger and didn't drink. Maybe we shouldn't suggest even Steven, everybody pays the same.
That's true.
I mean, that's 6 grown-ass people that could have paid attention and said, yeah, you know what? That's right. You shouldn't have to chip in on that. You didn't drink and you didn't have a steak.
Yeah.
You had a burger and a Coke. Like, I would say that there's a lot of blame to go around in a situation like this. The guy needs to communicate more. The girlfriend needs to be a little more understanding, and the 6 other people need to open their eyes. Like, be considerate of the people that you're out to dinner with.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you and I, if there were like 6 or 8 of us out, and 1 or 2 people were clearly not drinking or ordering less, we wouldn't dare just say, hey, let's just split it all up evenly. I would never do that.
Okay, devil's advocate, why is it my job to pay attention to what you're eating and drinking?
I mean, you're just sitting across the table from me. I would notice it. I don't have to like clock it and write it down, but I can see somebody's not drinking and somebody's got a burger and I got a big old filet mignon. Like, I wouldn't want to say that I'm on the high end of a ticket and somebody who's clearly not should pay the same as me. I think everybody involved could have a little more awareness.
Yeah, I think a couple things. I think that if you're going to go to a Capitol Grill or a Ruth's Chris or something like that with other couples, I mean, you're both so right. Communication is everything.
Yeah.
And if you've been dating this person for months, you should be comfortable enough to say, hey, if this gets too expensive, just so you know, XYZ. Yeah, Rach, you were saying you've never had that experience. I can't remember the last time I went out with a group that we itemize things. Typically, when I go out, one person picks up the check. And it kind of evens out, right?
Over time,
I
take turns.
I'm a big check picker-upper, as you guys know. But then there's some guys I hang out with, Michael Kelly and Ed and people like that they're like, they're picking up the check.
Yeah.
But I would also be very cognizant of if things were getting really expensive and someone seemed concerned. I just think it's the nice human thing to do, to just go, hey,
just get a separate check for
Charlie's
them.
on me, or, you know.
Yeah. I just feel like the easiest solution, don't you guys, like when we go out with other couples or groups like that, usually we'll just say as we're walking in, hey, let's all just get separate checks.
Yeah.
Why would that be weird?
I think it's probably people feel weird at a high-end restaurant doing that.
Okay.
And I don't know whether they should or not. Like, for all I know, high-end restaurants are like, yeah, we don't care. We'll itemize everything.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I don't think there's like a clear right answer.
No, but
everybody could be doing something better. That's a good point.
But there's definitely politics.
Yeah.
There just is.
Well, I do, and that's why, like, I get why this guy doesn't want to pay as much, and I don't feel that he should have to pay as much. But to, like, at the end of the meal, then, slam the table and, like, I'm not doing this. Like, okay, well, you probably should have said something sooner. Like, I get why that would be uncomfortable. Because you're basically accusing everyone else of taking advantage of you at that point. And maybe that's not how they're thinking at all.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the skit, and I Think You Should Leave, when they have a nice dinner and Tim Robinson's there. And they say, hey, everyone throw in your credit card. We'll
roulette, yeah.
And his comes up, and he's like, I'm not paying. I'm not paying for roulette. I'm not going to do it.
Dude, that's the worst.
That I've never done.
Really? Only twice, and thankfully I only got picked once. It wasn't anything crazy. It was normal. It wasn't like a $2,000. It was a couple $100. It wasn't crazy.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's like wouldn't you guys say that like all of this simply comes down to like simple communication and then just awareness of the people around you?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Like,
I mean, are they hanging? Here's the other thing, and I'm saying this as someone who does not have a lot of money, and maybe that's why I haven't been in this situation too often. Like, just being perfectly honest. But like, at what point are you like, oh, it's too expensive here? Well, then maybe you shouldn't be eating there. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, now you're kind of bringing anxiety onto the entire group as far as like, oh yeah, we don't want it to be too much. Well, maybe you should have suggested a different place if you were so worried about the cost that you're like very mindfully just picking the burger and not drinking and like only paying a certain amount at the end. Like, maybe it's time to reevaluate where you're eating.
Yeah, that was my kind of. I didn't know if I should say it or not, but that was my kind of thought. Is that if you're pocket watching yourself or anyone else, like, you don't go to, the super expensive restaurant. When your friends are like, we all want to go to the super expensive restaurant, just be like, I don't want to pay, $70 for a steak or whatever.
But you're in the case here where these are the friends of the girlfriend, right?
Yes.
So if you're dating and your girlfriend says all my 6 friends are going here and we want to, and we're going to go with them, Are you going to tell her no?
Maybe she should pay.
Maybe so. Maybe that's a good solution.
If that's her group.
But again,
and-
communication in front, right? You can say, I don't know if I'm too thrilled about this whole, I'm not going to eat a $200 meal and drink, so not real comfortable with that. I mean, like, so many things can be fixed just by addressing it up front instead of sitting on it.
What if this is the same guy that brought his own putter to Tower Tee?
Oh, man.
He could have lots of problems.
I always feel bad because I feel like sometimes I'm picturing the listener being like, Rachel, you're so mean.
What do you mean?
Telling me I can't afford to eat at the restaurant. And that's not necessarily what I'm saying. It's just.
Dude, look.
I will say sometimes people with money, though,
are the
get
stingiest
lost.
people.
No, they also get lost in their own world. Like, to them, a $300 a person dinner, no big deal. But you're not even being aware of the other people at the table and whether they're like you or not.
So I got the show in 2000, and I had no money. And I didn't sign my first big contract till 2003 or 4. So there were years in there where I was, quote unquote, famous, and people wanted to be around me and go to dinner with me where I didn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
And so I went through this a lot. The whole, like, do I try to pretend? And I was pretty honest with, like, my friends I was hanging out with, like, hey, I can't afford this.
I think there's more pressure there if it's more of a professional environment, right? Let's say you're out with your executives or you're at the law firm and you're out with a couple partners and like, oh, God, I don't want to seem like a weenie in front of them.
Again, it's
amongst
the
friends,
politics of it.
just be honest with friends.
Yeah. And anyone who you go to dinner with and you say, this is a little out of my price range, I'm just a little uncomfortable, and they judge you for that, F them.
Well, here's the other reason. I'm sorry, I have one more thing to say. Another reason why this should have been brought up before the meal is if $500 of that check was on alcohol, you probably couldn't pick a worse time to broach the subject.
Oh, good point. After everybody's been drinking.
Yeah, everyone's been drinking all night, like a lot of alcohol. And then it's like, I feel like you're trying to get me to pay more than I should. Like, that's just bad vibes at that point.
Very true. Remind you guys that Ben Barnett of Timberline Professional Tree Care is out there. Anytime you need him, whether it is a storm that blows through and takes down some limbs or, God forbid, a whole tree, whether you are like me and you have a fear, founded or unfounded, about your trees falling on a car, your house or something, if you have a tree that you think might be dead and close to that, have Ben come out, take a look at it. Maybe you're right. Maybe it needs to be taken down. Whether you're planting trees or you're taking trees out or you're moving a stump that's been there since you were a little kid on your grandparents' property, if you want to have your trees diagnosed, you want to have your trees treated, or if you live in Webster and trees are everything and you have a 75-year-old tree that's sort of like the heart of the neighborhood, Ben has this program where they'll take care of your one tree and they'll be out there often to visit it. Sounds kind of weird, but it's true, to make sure that it is always healthy and always safe. Not everyone's going to be a customer for that, but if that's something you want, we do it. Ben is a certified master arborist. I think there's only one other within the sound of my voice. Go to stltreecare.com for Ben and Timberline.
Hey there, it's Jill Schlesinger. I'm launching a new show. It's called Money Moves, and your money is going to move. We're going to help you make better financial decisions. We're going to call out the BS you're finding all over social media. We're going to give you actionable guidance to make your financial life clearer, less stressful. We're going to answer your financial questions and take the mystery out of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Moves with Jill Schlesinger wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. In a clinical study, Eliquis apixaban reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding than warfarin.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Ask your doctor about the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner, Eliquis.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've probably heard me talk with Dave on the air about Bethesda in general, but not specifically about the Bethesda Terrace Independent Living Community in Oakville. What makes Bethesda Terrace truly special is our gorgeous 10-acre backyard with water features and walking paths. It's the perfect place to relax and enjoy yourself with friends. And if you have a dog, we have a dog park. Our experienced team would love to show you how easy it is to join the Bethesda family. Go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Contact Us. Complete the form. We'll take it from there.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Celebrate the month of August with Zero Res and buy 2 rooms of carpet cleaned and get 2 rooms for free. Plus, take 20% off air duct services and products. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and take advantage of the great savings.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 324. I was flipping through the channels and I saw Twilight Zone, the original, and I was thinking how cool it must have been. I mean, I was alive, but I was a baby. But how cool it must have been in like the 40s, 50s, 60s when sci-fi, and yes, I know you had older books and things like that, but that's when sci-fi became something. And so people watching Twilight Zone and stuff like that, Outer Limits, were just like, what the hell is going on? This is crazy stuff. And for us sci-fi nerds like I am, what a time. What is our generation's thing like that? What do you think in 30 or 40 or 50 years people will be looking back and going, can you believe they were doing that for the first time in 2020?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
TikTok dances?
kind of went down from Rod Serling there.
Or the trends, I should say. Maybe not so much dances, but the trends.
I'm sorry, this is not the answer to your question, but I also like to think about how much that old sci-fi has influenced the technology we have now.
Yeah.
Just as far as like, well, that's what they were able to dream up then, and then that kind of set the standard for the culture. And then, you know, there are definitely things that kind of came out of things that weren't predicted. But so much of that stuff is like, well, where's my flying car? Like, well, do we all just dream about that because a couple people did back in the day?
Because of the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
It's a good point.
To think about. Man, what was I watching recently? Gosh. But I was kind of having these same thoughts. I was watching the Rockford Files, which was like obviously like 70s.
Yeah.
And it's the technology there is so cool to check out because that was actually the show that popularized the answering machine. Because Jim Rockford, the private investigator, he had the answering machine. So then everyone wanted one for their home. And it's just funny to see the way they, make phone calls and all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking, in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, what media are we going to watch and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's how they were getting a hold of each other, or that's how they were solving that problem.
Yeah. You know that's going to happen. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I have a iPhone 16. It's one of the newer ones. One of these days, if my grandkids find this in a drawer somewhere, they'll be like, oh my God, look
Can you believe this? They actually held on to these things.
Yeah, they carried them in their pockets.
Now it's an implant.
Yeah. Probably so.
I always think that when I watch like period pieces from, old Europeans, like, stuff from the Middle Ages or even like the cowboy days and the Wild West, like every time there's a problem, I'm always thinking, well, just call someone. Like, They can't. They got to ride their horse 100 miles to go tell someone that this terrible thing is happening.
Here's an interesting one. You don't have a lot of time to discuss it, but Buc-ee's is under a boycott.
I saw this.
Oh?
Yeah, evidently Mr. Buc-ee is something of a MAGA guy, and he posted, life's too short to try to build in places that people don't appreciate what you're doing. That's why red states like Arkansas are surging and people and businesses are fleeing blue states. because he was asked why he only builds in red states. And he said, why would I build in a blue state if they don't even appreciate what you do? And people are like, hey, that's not cool.
Did not realize that Arkansas was surging. Good for Arkansas. I didn't think that this was a story you were going to mention, Dave.
Which one did you think?
Well, Buc-ee's is apparently very lawsuit happy when it comes to trademark.
Yes.
They basically think they own the trademark to like any woodland creature.
Yes.
So there's a gas station somewhere, I think it's down south, and they have a beaver, I think, as their mascot. Doesn't look like the Buc-ee's mascot at all, but they're like, oh, we got to protect our trademark.
Yep.
Well, how can you trademark that? It's
One
an
with
animal.
a moose. Same
Yeah.
thing.
So I think people are really upset by that too. Like, you guys are being really greedy. A mom and pop gas station can't use a beaver on their sign.
Yeah, I heard Chris and Amy talking about that last week, and I mean, I have no real emotion to Buc-ee's. I've never been, but I was like, that's kind of gross, because some of the businesses that they sued had been in business for like 30 years.
Yeah, that's messed up. And it's not like you invented the woodland creature. Those exist. Like, just because you decided, I don't know.
They
That
basically
rubs
said
me wrong.
anything that's an animal that's a cartoon.
That's so wrong.
So you going after Disney? Looney Tunes? Where you stop?
Yeah.
Of course, they all have trademarks before you.
Yeah. Want me to do this here, Rach?
Yes, please.
Tell you guys again about Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. If you are in a little bit of trouble and, ends aren't meeting and you could use a debt consolidation or a refinancing, Stewie has your back. He can explain everything about it, how it's good, how it's not good, what are the risks. If you are one of those people who are shopping for a home and you want to do a new 30-year mortgage, Stewie has the bagel loan, called the bagel loan because the bagel looks like a zero, and he's the only mortgage person in town who pays off your fees. No one else does it. They could all do it. There's nothing illegal about it. It just means they make less money. Stewie makes less money, but he does more loans because people appreciate that they're not paying their fees. Right now, he's going to give you an interest rate for your first 12 months on a new 30-year mortgage that's 1% less than what your credit got you. Say that your credit score gets you 6%. You're going to pay 5% for the first 12 months. Here's his cell phone. Use it liberally. 314-324-4440. 324-4440. NMLS 226715.
The Cardinals conversation doesn't end when the game does. Watch the Gas House Game, Redbird Rush Hour, Sports Open Line, and sports on a Sunday morning whenever and wherever you want. Plus, exclusive conversations with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol, president of baseball operations Chaim Bloom, players, broadcasters, and baseball insiders. Subscribe today to the KMOX Sports YouTube channel because Cardinals fans deserve a front row seat.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Ann Wagner from Missouri's 2nd District. I work every day to put more money in your pocket, secure the border, protect our shared Missouri values, and keep our communities safe. Whether it's visiting one of my public events in neighborhoods around the district or by contacting my office, I want to hear from you. If you need help with a federal agency, please contact me at wagner.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
We got a crash downtown on eastbound 70 right as you get past the Musel Veterans Bridge there, the ramp to get through there into Tucker. Eastbound 70's jammed back between Adelaide and Grand, so it's the ramp lanes that appear to be blocked there. A lot of traffic jammed up, obviously, though, in that area right now. Also have an incident eastbound 64. I think they have the right lane blocked. Could be they're changing a tire on a trailer, but the right lane's blocked eastbound 64 at Timberlake, so it's a solid jam at Clarkson. Also have an incident southbound 270 at Ladue. It's backed up at Olive. It's slow Manchester to Doherty Ferry, and then south of 44 down through Tesson Ferry. Again, an incident on the right shoulder, southbound 270 just past that point. Southbound 55 backing up. We had a crash or a stall before Richardson, so there are delays at 141 for that one. Westbound 64 is a little busy. Science Center to McCausland and approaching Prospect out west. Roadwork delays on westbound 5570 through 111 and eastbound 64 east of 157 to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. This was only a test.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX, 3:34 coming up at 4 p.m. Scott Terry from the Cardinals is going to join us in Fact Wheels. I had Andrew extend Scott a invitation to be on with us weekly.
Nice.
He's just such a cool, fun guy.
He's the best.
So today will be the first of those. Till he gets tired of us, then he'll just...
And he's going to give us his answer live on the air.
Yes, he's going to let us know.
Yep.
Dave Murray joins us. Hey, Dave.
Hello there. Was St. Louis just great this past weekend with the BMW Classic?
Just perfect.
The crowd was there, relatively polite for the most part. The course looked fantastic. Couldn't have been prouder.
Yeah.
Could not have been prouder.
We do golf well.
Yeah.
Props to Belle Reve. They knock it out of the
Absolutely.
park every time.
Yep. And I think it's good the way they do it is that it's not every year. They don't do it every year.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, I don't know, every 3 years, maybe every 4 or whatever. Just nice. The other great thing was Scotty Scheffler. The guy's got hand, foot, and mouth.
Yeah.
And he's, -7 for the tournament. It's
Yeah.
like, really, guys?
Yeah.
So I can hardly grip the club. And you're shooting -7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Good for
miserable
you.
thing to have.
Oh, I
Poor
know.
guy.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oof.
And they said that, everybody wanted him to drop out. He said, I'm just stubborn. Just stubborn.
And embarrassing because you get it from kissing cows. So that's really probably happened in St. Louis.
Hey, by the way, our conversation with Dave Murray here is sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
All right.
Yeah, Dave, I played golf yesterday morning, and we just kept, like, every couple of holes, we just look at each other and go, this is just perfect. The
Yes.
weather's just absolutely gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. And there's a little more of that. But before I get to that, fall forecast is this Friday.
All right.
Right here.
Right.
here.
Nice.
Full moon is early Friday morning, Thursday night. We have a partial eclipse of the moon with that full moon. It happens late Thursday evening, Thursday night into early Friday morning. The peak is going to be at 11:12 Thursday evening, and it will be 96% coverage. So it's not a total, but should be pretty cool. Should be pretty cool to look at. Weather looks good,
Very
so we'll
cool.
take it.
Yeah, I like it.
And tomorrow's a great day, 85, low humidity. I think we're going to be close to 90, maybe 91 on Wednesday. We're ahead of a very weak cool front. It's not going to do anything. So Thursday and Friday is sunny, slightly cooler by like 2 degrees, 88. each day. Over the weekend, I kind of like 90 to 95 and the humidity coming back.
Oh, okay.
You know, Ken, last weekend of August.
Last gasp.
Appropriate.
You know what I love about the fall forecast, and I get it, Dave. I've been with you long enough to know September can be a summer month.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
typically, the fall forecast can only be so bad, right? Like winter, you can be a little scared. Summer, I can get scared. In the fall, it's like, oh, a warm October? Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. You know, it's November. November is the month. Are we going to turn or are we going to stay nice?
Yeah.
No clue. I have clues, but I'm not giving you
Friday.
Tease. More at 11.
Right.
Headlines, Rach?
Yes. Let's do a couple of headlines. I saw this interesting piece from the Texas Monthly, and it talks about the fact that we have a surprisingly effective gauge of America's mood when it comes to finances and just overall socialization, and that is ice sales. Ice.
Say that again.
The
Start
sale
over?
of ice.
No, I missed the
Some of
first
that
part.
cold stuff. Yeah.
Ice.
It's so the amount of like the bags of ice being sold are kind of a direct reflection of how Americans are feeling.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Because
guess the better we're feeling, the more we're having drinks and chilling.
Exactly. When people are gathering together, backyard
Barbecues.
parties, job sites, birthdays, splash
Beach.
pads. Yes.
Wow.
The numbers will spike in these various ice companies. And when Americans hunker down, maybe that's because of a recession, a pandemic, or even immigration crackdowns, those numbers sink. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
That's interesting.
Robin Williams' kids are reviving his Instagram page, and they're doing it because of AI. They say that unauthorized AI versions of Robin Williams are spreading online, and that is very upsetting to them. So they want to use the account as a place to share his work with authenticity and push back on AI abuse of his image and voice.
How is it okay to use someone's name and voice and image without their permission?
This is what I've been saying.
Yeah,
I think, you know, we talked earlier about like, what do we look back on in 50 years? And I think we will look back on the fact that we were just doing that without people's consent and go, oh my gosh, can you imagine how horrible? I mean, it's going to happen to someone who's powerful enough to put an end to it, and then an end will be put to it. But the rest of us have to suffer until then.
Yeah, that's a good point.
An interesting study here that shows that flight attendants and pilots have the highest risk of dying from radiation-linked cancers. And that's because cosmic radiation comes from space. Only a small amount of that is going to reach the Earth's surface, but you are more exposed to it when you're flying at high altitudes. So flight attendants had the highest percentage of deaths from radiation-related cancers, and pilots were second. This is out of more than 500 occupations.
Wow.
So it's pretty remarkable that they were 1 and 2. And for those 2 occupations, the odds of dying were unusually high for each of those radiation-related cancers.
Sounds like we need to do some work on that.
The Daily Mail is accused of stalking a woman that they mistook for the drummer of the White Stripes, Meg White.
Oh, jeez.
So if you follow this band at all, you know Meg White is someone who does not like the spotlight. She has not been seen in years. And I guess the Daily Mail, for whatever reason, thought they had a lead on like where she was living and, oh, we're going to get photos of her. And they actually ended up discovering a friend of hers that I guess they kind of look alike. And the confirmation they said that they got that it was Meg White is they said, oh, we love the White Stripes. And this woman said, thanks. And I guess to them that means like, oh, that's definitely Meg White. Well, it wasn't her. And they were stalking her and taking her photo, and she had no idea. And now they're being accused of, you know, like, well, they're also being asked, like, why were you doing this in the first place? Why is this okay?
Yeah, why are we on the hunt for Meg White?
Exactly. Like, can't you give the woman some privacy? Why would you need to do this under any circumstances? The paper has offered no justification for its attempt to pursue and photograph someone who is intentionally living out of the spotlight.
When is the last time White Stripes put anything out? I didn't know that they existed. I thought Jack White was more doing things on his own.
Oh, yeah. In fact, they haven't spoken in years.
Yeah, but she still is real.
No, I get it. But
Like, she
this is
still
my point is,
exists.
like, they haven't made anything since 2023, and before that it was 2007, I think. It's like this is all just getting to the reason why you would bother. Like, this isn't Taylor Swift. It's not somebody that's like popular right now and everybody's trying to get a look at what they're doing.
That's probably because
somebody
of
that's
that,
just been
though.
out of the limelight.
But Greta Garbo, wasn't she the one that famously?
My guess is that Jack White is getting divorced from his current wife, and they were probably trying to talk to Meg because of that. I mean, that's my guess. That's the only reason I could think of why they would be doing this, just from what I know from publications like the Daily Mail. Okay, one more story for you guys. This is a local story, and it's going to make you guys mad. A man is in police custody after he illegally entered an animal enclosure at the St. Louis Zoo. And not just any animal enclosure, he snuck into big cat country. He climbed over a fence and onto a barrier of rock work just above the animal habitat. And other zoo guests were immediately like, you can't be doing this here, not at the St. Louis Zoo. So they go and they get security. And when security got there, he had already climbed down and was back on the public walking path, like thinking he was going to get away with it. But they apprehended him. And he's now with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department.
Video's pretty crazy.
The zoo is investigating to see if they should make any modifications to prevent a similar incident from happening. But don't mess with the zoo, man.
Just let them go in. Just let them go in.
Natural
Fine.
selection.
Yeah.
Dave's like, let Darwin do his work, man.
Yeah, just have one door. That if you really want to go in with the lions,
go into Darwin's den.
It's locking behind you. But go ahead. Go on, man.
Oh, I lied. I actually have one more story, and it's more of a question for Dave Murray. I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Dave.
Okay.
The Washington Post is calling this year's El Nino a time machine because they expect that it's going to provide an early look at what temperatures are going to be like throughout the next decade. Have you read anything about this?
I haven't read that particular article and probably wouldn't, but this is a strong El Nino. It is being sold as like the mother of all El Ninos, and it might equal what we saw in the 90s, maybe in the 80s. But no, it happens. El Nino's been going on for years and years and years and years. And and this will come up in the fall forecast is, they're saying, oh, it's going to last for years. It's going to last for years. I'm not even sure it's going to last through the winter, but there we go. Whatever. Just be calm. Be calm. The other, and you brought it up. There was another tropical storm affecting the Hawaiian Islands, except this one passing well to the south. And on all the news reports, it was, Hawaii's going to get slammed again by a hurricane, 15, 20 inches of rain. I'm not even sure it's rained on the islands today. It's passing so far south. It's like, stop it. Will you stop it? Everything doesn't have to be, the alarm.
I agree.
Anyone else get a little horny when Dave whispered?
A little bit.
No, Dave, just you.
Just me?
I got
Just me?
goosebumps.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
fine
you're
with
used to that, Dave.
Yeah, I'm used to that. Thank you, Dave.
All right.
Tell you guys again about Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct makes it very easy, very straightforward. There's not a lot of moving parts. These are the windows. These are some of the upgrades you can do. Once we put the window in, if anything is wrong with it, from manufacturing to installation to you bust it with a baseball, we're going to replace that window for you for nothing. Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty, 20-year warranty that you can pass on to anyone who buys your house down the road. We always have a great DGS deal for you. Right now, the deal is you buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows for free. So basically 50% off your purchase. 4 years to pay for it. 48 months, 0% interest, same as cash financing. 314-334-2522 or check us out at universalwindowsdirect.com.
It's 3:46. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we still have this incident on eastbound 64 just before Timberlake. This traffic report is a service of Able Light Thrift Shop. Right lane's blocked. It's an incident on the shoulder, though, but traffic is solid jam as you approach Clarkson. Westbound 64, Science Center out to McCausland, and then Spady out to Ballast is slow, and, of course, backed up Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to Highway 70. Westbound 270 at Lindbergh. A crash on the right shoulder, partially in the right lane. They did call out EMS for it. South 270, once you get around past that point, is slow from 364 down to Olive, approaching 64, all the way down through Tesson Ferry. That crash is on the right shoulder, southbound, south of Tesson Ferry. Downtown, we have that crash blocking eastbound 70 at the Musial Veterans exit. Traffic's a solid jam at O'Fallon Park, and eastbound 44 is jammed approaching the Poplar out into that area. Taking a look, southbound 55, a little busy at a couple of spots between Butler Hill and Merrimack Bottom. Eastbound 64, slow midway up the hill from 157 to 159. Something good is coming to St. Peter's. Able Light Thrift